I can sing that on this. Don't know what to do with it. Do with it. Said I don't know what to do. I get lost in the music sometimes.
Clearly, do you want me to play back the track?
No, we can. That's fine. What?
You want me to do it again?
No, we can. No, that's fine. We can keep that. That's fine.
Oh my God! Give me a second. Can you open it? I was not expecting.
And the Prosecco's in the system. Ain't no telling.
Oh
man, Lyrical Fix Pod. We are back. It's
shit.
episode 49. We are taping at a very inopportune time right now because there's something going on in the culture that we're missing, but sort of watching, but sort of not that great. So we're just gonna plow through it.
It's not that great anyway. Yeah, it's not.
I'm sure some type of meme or something will pop out tomorrow, like it has been.
Yeah.
But it's your host, man, Kid Pro.
And Sade.
And it's going to be episode 49 for today on y'all bitch asses. Y'all already know what it is. Coming off the incredible episode 48.
48.
Oh, and see, like that, just like that, the fluidity of this podcast, the chemistry that Sade and I possess. All I got to do is say 48, and she says it right fucking away. You see that? It doesn't get better than that. 48?
Chemistry of editing.
48.
Look at that, the chemistry of editing. You can't tell how long it really took for her to find that and play it, but it's going to sound like it was right away when we edit that way.
Oh my God. Let me move it so I have it like ready. That way,
you have the whole soundboard ready?
Whenever we talk about Ace, I can use it. Yeah. Oh, that was fucking great though. All right.
Don't know what to
I feel like you're gonna do that the entire episode.
Do it. Because I like it now. Because he's gonna think I'm making fun of him, but I love it. Don't know what to do. That might be the fucking title. Don't know what to do with it. Do with it. I think I'm like, do with it.
Do with it.
Do with it. Do with it. Do with it.
Didn't even send the episode yet.
I'm gonna send them another audio message right now. So.
Edit out.
Ron, just so you know, you're live on the pod right now, and I've been singing that acapella thing the whole time. Sade loves it. Do with it.
At my ear. Mad loud.
I just screamed it mad loud into her ear, but we want to let you know that you've been a great start to this podcast, buddy. We love you. Talk to you soon.
That was great. Oh, I'm crying, and I got really hot. I was perfectly fine earlier. You fucking bastard.
It's my job, man. It's my job to fucking wake you up.
Oh, that was funny. All right, so.
Oh, yeah, so let me get right to the shit. So, Lyrical Fix Pod, you can find us at the Lyrical Fix Pod on IG. Be sure to check us out on Anchor, Audio Mac, Apple, Spotify, YouTube for everything from the full episodes to the If You Don't Know segments to also our clips that we put out. This past week, I apologize to anybody that was waiting for a clip. It's been kind of slow because the power went out in our area. Crazy-ass storm hit us.
Should we still do clips? I was going to ask you.
What, for this week? I would like to with Ace because I feel like he deserves it. Just the fact that he came through and everything. We should at least have a clip.
We should.
We'll definitely have something. I'll work it and I'll put the little overtime for it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the video's up? Okay, so the video's up. We'll do that.
Earlier today?
Yeah, we'll get that done. But yeah, man, the clips are going to take a little long because it was a fucking storm, man. Hurricane Isaias, I think is the guy's name. Isaias? I heard Isaias, the way it was spelled. Isais.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then I don't know.
Some very, very, very foreign name, some ethnic name. I'll just say that. Isaias. They run out of fucking names of these niggas.
Shit.
Huracán Isaias.
Wait, we're on I already? What was the one before that?
Juan? I don't know. Julius? Julian?
What? No.
Jerome?
No, it's JK, so it's HIJK. So next one would be J. Isn't it by the alphabet or no?
Oh, sorry. HIJK.
Are the hurricanes by the alphabet?
I thought they were. I don't know.
I think so. Oh, whatever.
It went back. So next
they're
one.
going reverse though?
Yeah, I guess they're going reverse. So next one would be a J. No, what's the one before? Was it H? Horacio? Herbert? Hugo?
I feel like those were all hurricanes.
Herman?
Maybe not in this decade, but they were definitely hurricanes. Oh, whatever. But continue.
Holly?
Tropical storms. Holly? Holly sounds like a bitch. Yeah. Holly.
Yeah, I would not want to deal with a Holly.
Yeah.
For a hurricane.
I can't wait. I feel like, have we had like a tropical storm Karen or a hurricane Karen?
Oh, but that's the case.
Yeah. Katrina was a fucking bitch.
And Sandy fucked up my car.
Sandy is just as bad as like Karen.
And these all sound like names of women that I would probably mess with and would fuck up my life.
What year was Sandy? I always get Sandy.
Sandy was
messed up with another one.
6 years ago. 6 or 7 years ago.
I think Sandy was during the day I was supposed to move into my dorm, and they pushed it back. My fucking dorm, my like building was, I think, one of the first ones that were open to students. But getting down to Rutgers, like everything, it wasn't like too smooth. It was still some traffic, but actually being in New Brunswick and navigating, trees were down. It took us an hour to get where the dorm is, and then once. Oh, sorry, I had a burp. I'll edit that out. That was a big one.
Keep that.
No.
Keep that.
Fine, I'll keep it. So if it picked it up. So once I got used to the area and drove around, I'm like, so this is pretty much like, it would have been 15 minutes, no traffic and no trees and shit on the ground, but it took us an hour. Like, it was rough. Sandy was a fucking bitch because I feel like it mainly. I mean, no, it hit up here, Sandy, but it was worse down there.
I believe it was 04 because I remember trying to vote.
No, it wasn't Sandy. I feel like I always get Sandy and Irene, I think, mixed up.
I got there's definitely a storm when it was voting time.
That I remember, yeah.
I definitely remember that. I think that was like the year where like Halloween was canceled 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those. If it was either snow and then there was a storm. I think it snowed both fucking Octobers, like around Halloween. It snowed 2 years in a row.
I remember that.
Then they started doing that fucking trunk or treat bullshit.
Yeah, so
which
that
I think is corny as fuck.
So that was Sandy, right? The trunk or treat was little.
Trunk or treat is corny as fuck.
I never did that. I stopped trick or treating a long time ago.
That's bullshit, man. I gotta take because it's like it completely ruins the purpose of the whole trick or treating thing to begin with.
Yeah,
that was fucking corny. Let's bring the kids dressed up into a parking lot like perverts and go to this guy's trunk and get candy.
I think the worst trick or treating I've ever had. Well, I mean, there was one time I was supposed to go trick or treating, but instead I got brought to a house party, so I didn't get any candy. But I got to drink, so I was fine. I was way too young to be drinking, but I got to drink, so it was cool.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so I wasn't mad at it. I was like, all right, well, because I'm the youngest, and my siblings had to babysit me, and that was their version of babysitting me.
And what'd you drink?
I do not recall.
Was it a beer?
Most likely.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
Or maybe some alcohol. I don't know.
Yeah.
I went through like a vodka phase super early.
That sounds better. I wish my kid would have. No, let me not say that.
No.
My kid's already been traumatized. He's 9. He's already been traumatized. He won't trick or treat anymore.
Oh.
2 years ago, we went and did trick or treating in the new neighborhood that we were in.
Yeah.
These white people like to decorate their shit. They go all out. Mm-hmm. This kid, scared as hell. He's with me and his mom, and we're knocking on the door. We let him knock on the door, and the door's already got like caution tape around it. There's bloody handprints on the fucking windows. He's scared shitless in his goddamn Star Wars outfit or whatever video game character. Yeah. And he knocks on the door, and he's so scared shitless. The guy opens the door. He's got a Jason mask on. His fucking clothes are bloody as shit. My kid's just there.
So cool.
And then my kid, scared as shit, just goes, good afternoon. Didn't say trick or treat. Just scared as shit.
Oh, shit.
And the guy was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, buddy." Took his mask off.
Oh my god.
Gave my kid extra candy.
No, it's funny because fucking where we marched through, a section of what we marched through, like we were close by it, where it's a Clinton Place in Hackensack, where it's the block is no, like they shut like that area down for traffic, and it's pretty much like all the houses on that block are super done up. Around the corner too, but that one little like from corner to corner is done.
Done up.
Like every single house. It's so like if you're moving into that, like I'm sure it's like homeowner society, like to the next level. Suit. You have to like, okay, no, like we all spend money on it's extravagant.
So and Christmas then you got decorations. They probably go all out too.
I don't remember that, but I know like, but Halloween, especially in Hackensack, Halloween's like a huge fucking deal.
That's wild. That's
huge
weird.
Deal, and everybody goes. This shit is fucking crazy. You got to park like 10 blocks down.
Oh, off topic. Speaking of,
what?
We drove the other night when we was all hanging out, and we drove back to Greenhouse, and we drove by that area that we marched to. That looked cool as hell at night. I had no idea. We drove by that area.
What?
Like to get to Greenhouse from your job, we had to pass through where we marched.
Yeah, I just don't remember.
I remember driving under the school where we all stopped and met where they told us to be quiet for like 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 46 seconds. Remember we were supposed to be quiet?
That was when we went from I took a different way when we left the bar.
Gotcha.
Because we went to the bar, but it was already at max capacity, which was funny. I was there last night. And it was fucking packed for a Wednesday. It was more packed that night, but it seemed more packed, but he he was just like, listen, because the capacity is 35. He's like,
yeah.
I already have 30 people here.
Yeah, we had like 10 with us.
Yeah, the people, 2 of them got there, but the rest of them, whoever is done with their shit, it's like, all right, go to the bar, save us a table.
Yeah.
Just in case if it's busy or whatever. So they went, and like Maria was there, and then Remy was there, and they were like, no, like we had to tell all the people that were planning to come here to go somewhere else, and they ended up going to another bar.
What is all the when you say that? How big of the number is that?
Well, no, it's not that big. It's like maybe a little less than what we had.
Okay, so less than 10 people.
Yeah, it was like less than 10.
Gotcha.
Because that was actually, it could have been more. But at that time, I just found out one of the servers got banned from that bar.
Really?
So,
Yo, you roll with a crazy bunch.
No, I just work with her. But she got disrespectful with the owner of the bar. Mind you, she doesn't, like, she only goes there at night, so she never seen the owner like that. I guess and it was weird that the owner was there at night. She'd walked into the bar to be like, hey, Kyle, like, can I get my bill or some shit like that? Or like, oh, here's money for my bill. I don't want to leave it outside or whatever. I forgot what the fuck it was. And the owner said, like, sweetie, like, if you're going to come inside, you need a mask. She's like, what? Like, you don't even belong here. Like, we don't, what are you talking? Like, she didn't know that it was the owner. She was like, you don't belong here. Like, who are you to tell me anything? She was like, I'm the owner and you are banned. You need to leave now and never come back. And that was done.
Serves him right.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Yeah. So now, and it makes sense because now she's like hitting me up like, hey, are you still at work? Like, are you guys still open? Mind you, that bar is open later than I am. So I'm like, no, I'm going to Lazy's. Like, no.
And that was crazy when I went to your bar and saw, like, you told me before, like, all the bars on that street, but they really are, like, close together. I only saw 2 other ones. I didn't see what the third one was.
The third one
from where I was sitting in the corner of the bar. Like,
yeah,
right
so
there.
the third one is, you know, the one that had the like
there's
the
one
umbrellas.
right in front.
There's one right in front, where it's more like restaurant than a bar.
And then one is like to
then
the right.
Across the street in that corner, around the corner, like
Gotcha.
3 doors down is another bar that they, you know, like they have the parking lot where you drive through and you can park in the back behind the bar. They turn that into like tables and shit.
You got a big ass parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
because
really
we
do.
share it with the, like, that whole property is one person owns it, and then the guy, like my owner, he owns his place.
Yeah.
But he rents, I think, some of the
that
spots
shit
where
is
he owns his
spacious.
spots.
You could definitely put something else in there. Easy.
Oh,
Easy.
1,000%. But I guess she left it like that because the gym that's across got shut down because the owner got fined. Like,
I didn't even notice the gym. It was dark too, though. But
oh yeah, it was. No,
attention.
that thing that's on the other side of the parking lot, it's a gym.
Like with blocked by the fence. There was some type of barricade or something over there in the far end.
The far end. Oh no, like that, like to the left.
Yeah.
If you're sitting. No, that's where the train is.
Oh, that's all right. Cool. Yeah, I completely forgot.
That was just like the train. But straight across, like if you're sitting, like if I'm behind the bar and I'm looking straight across, that's the gym.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then that gym, because he got fined on his 4th time getting fined, they arrested him, and then so he had it open for one-on-ones, but then I guess nobody really wants to do personal trainers.
So weird. Yeah. Being a big ass gym with one person.
Yeah, it's fucking
No,
weird.
at that point, I think the personal trainer shit has now, the business has gone down only because of COVID.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to like adapt if you're a personal trainer and be like the online personal trainer.
Yeah, but it's just, it sucks for the people who don't want the personal trainers.
I agree.
Wait,
it sucks for people that don't want personal trainers?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they can't go to the
Oh,
gym.
no, but then they work out at home because now it's just the perfect time to do it.
True.
Like I was on Facebook Marketplace the other day. They're selling like fucking whole sets of dumbbells for like $80. That's a steal.
Oh, that is a steal.
That's a fucking steal. Like if you know the prices for that shit, because they don't come easy.
Yeah.
Like I only got a pair of 25s at home. I'm trying to upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I see that shit. I'm like, bet. But then you never know because people like to take pictures and they stretch the truth.
It could be some bullshit. Yeah.
It could be some bullshit.
That's the only thing that sucks about that shit. Because honestly, I really do.
Because them shits are expensive.
Aw, Danny Ray invited me to a public group. I'll check it out later. Sorry. My phone I just seen her name. I was like, what are you hitting me up for right now?
Shout out to Danny Ray.
What was I gonna say? Shit. No, I mean, I really miss the gym, but I wouldn't do the personal trainer thing.
When the personal trainer thing. Yeah, nah, I'm good off that. Especially if you can get it online, and YouTube and Google and Instagram of all places, you learn so much that like yo, the personal trainer shit is like
because the one-on-ones do work. Like it helped Juan a lot. Like Juan was like, even after like they would fucking like FaceTime and he would put the phone against the TV and fucking do shit like that, or just like check-ins and like, how are you doing? Especially in that, like I had a friend where I had hooked him up with my friend, like graphic designer. This is before I really got into logos. She made a logo for him and this and that. He's gonna get into personal training and all that. And I told him, I'm like, consider the nutrition, because honestly, not that many people want a personal trainer. Yeah. Especially when they're like, I'm trying to think of tech savvy, I guess. Yeah. And they have social media, and Instagram is literally a fucking personal trainer.
Easily find any routine.
You can learn how to do your hair, do your nails. I've been learning how to do my nails on fucking
it's
YouTube
really out there now.
And
Instagram.
Like,
if you want to even take it a step further, TikTok gives you like detailed instructions, a lot more easier, a lot simpler and faster to do everything.
Yeah. And those are just the free things. Yeah. Then there's also apps that literally, like, they'll do trials.
Oh my god, they're right, the apps.
Yeah, they have trials, or they have the free shit, and then it's like the next tier you can pay for, like, you know, whatever.
And then take it a step further, like Peloton.
Yeah.
You know, and there's another one called Tempo, where it's like not a bike, it's just like they give you a big ass mirror and you open it up and it's weights.
Oh, I seen that one.
That shit is fucking dope. Or I think there's another one called the actual mirror, like that too. I'm like, yo, they thought of everything. Yeah, they really. You don't need a fucking trainer ever again. I mean, if it's built in and you're paying a streaming service, there's someone there that's actually gonna fucking walk you through everything. The thing measures every rep you do, so it knows when you've done a rep. That's fucking. Because
I personally, like, I would do, not now because I don't really have the space for it. But when we get the house, I'm definitely getting a bike. I'm definitely getting the Peloton shit. Why not? Like, Villa, hook that shit up.
You come in there, he installs it. I talked to him before. It's great for him. Mm-hmm. Like, it seems like a dope ass fucking place to work. Yeah. You know, and their business went up, skyrocketed during COVID.
I wonder if I say, Villa, I will cook you some chuletas. I wonder if I can get like a discount or some shit. Yeah.
It gotta be more than chuletas. You gotta make like a week's worth of chuletas.
God damn it.
Can't just be a one-time meal.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Yeah, it would have to be more.
Yeah.
What if I gave him like a pound and like 2 days worth of chuletas? No, he'll probably want to make his own menu. Like, now, 1 day chuletas, and then I want this, and then I want that. And
just tell him chuletas. I'll take the pound. You're gonna get a pound. I haven't seen a pound in them ever in person. That amount of weed at once. Oh. God.
Anyway, so.
I forgot who I was talking to.
So I've seen pillowcases, but
Oh, really? Pillowcases?
There's this one guy at like my first job that I used to work at, and he would sell like right there, like in the restaurant, like when he served food, he would sell and like get the money and all that shit. And he would be like, "Yo, look at the shit I got in my car," and it's literally like 2 fucking pillowcases of I'm just like, and I was a pothead at the time. I'm like, oh my god,
putting it against your head.
I was just like resting my head on it, and I was like this. I'm like, I smell it. I smell it. It was amazing.
Yeah. For people, since we're not filming it, Sade looked like she just nestled in some some buzums, like just.
Yeah, pretty much. I
like motorboated the weed real quick.
No, motorboat is like way more. I'm not doing a motorboat. It's way more than what I just did. I nestled up with a pillow. It's like I'm laying down and I'm just like, I'm tired.
Nugs are like nestled in her nostrils.
Stupid.
That sour diesel here.
Actually, it could have been probably sour. I don't know.
Hey, let me ask you, when you were smoking, what was your favorite type of shit to smoke?
I fucking hated sour.
What did you smoke? What was your thing?
Trying to think.
Cause now I'm like mad interested now, because I always want to go back to your pothead days.
Think platinum. I mean, like strains.
Were you more sativa or indica?
I would say sativa.
Okay, I can see that.
Indica like just would fucking knock me out. Yeah. So I couldn't do sour. Like I couldn't do like it was weird because I was one of those like, I don't give a fuck. I'll smoke anything. Just give it to me. I'm cool. Right here.
Me too.
Yeah, but then after a while, it just switched up on me. Yeah. So I just couldn't. And like the only real indica that I would smoke would like sour, especially back then. Like that was the only thing. Was like, hey, do this. Like it wasn't as defined as it was now. So, but indica, that shit used to fucking knock me out.
Yeah, it's not. I realize now because I had some shit called KO Kush like a month ago, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, rolling up, getting ready to watch the last season of Ozark. 5 minutes in, knocked out.
Yeah.
Like, just, I'm like, I wake up at 3 in the morning, like, what the fuck is going on?
I would feel like all of a sudden, because especially like sour was so popular.
Yeah.
This was like around the time I stopped smoking, is like 2010, 11.
God damn.
Yeah. And it was
Loser.
Shut up. I mean, I've smoked like since
And now
then.
I just drink sucias.
Not sucias. But it was everywhere. And be like, all right, do you got anything else? Oh, I gotta hit my man up. I'm like, okay, this is.
Oh, so that's okay. Got you.
It was literally every fucking where, and it's like, okay, what is this? I don't know. But then sometimes you could tell, like, you take one hit or you smell it. So it just got to the point where I felt like, you good? You could get on the couch if you want.
Okay, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it got to the point where it just got like. I felt like, you know, when a baby is trying to stay up because there's so many people around, they're trying to be part of like the conversation and the crowd, but like they're fighting their sleep. I fucking hated that.
That is the worst. You're right.
Yeah, so I just felt like weird, out of body. I'm just like, I don't. That's kind of why I stopped.
Damn, that when you explain like that would kill the whole.
No, it killed the vibe for me.
Yeah, it killed the vibe for you.
And then like I would keep smoking just to go to sleep, and then that it just really just okay. This is what it's for. This is what my body's used to it for. So
yeah, now more than ever, you gotta have the right weed for the situation.
Oh yeah,
you really do.
When Villa made me smoke, I wanted to pass out like after like 30 minutes.
I'm so mad that you even did that, and I didn't know.
You were sitting right there. I think you were like right next to me.
No, I wasn't. I would have known. How dare you?
Maybe there was somebody.
Because you sit on the fucking floor.
No, I was sitting on the chair at this point. I was sitting on the chair.
Which chair?
No, I'm not sitting on the chair. I was sitting on the couch.
No.
Yeah. And then, because it was Saint and Villa, and then Saint had turned around thinking I wasn't going to grab it. And I was like, all right, fine. And I grabbed the blunt, took a hit. Villa like, oh, my God. And then started laughing. Because he had said he was like, what? Because he was like, damn, if you held out a little bit more or some shit like that. Like, or he tried to be like, oh, like, I didn't think you were actually going to do it. And I'm like, you motherfucker.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
If I'm ever in a room with you and you and Ron and them smoking, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go batshit.
I would smoke with you before Ron, but I wouldn't.
You better smoke with me.
If
now I gotta wait for 420 again.
Technically, I did smoke with you.
What about my birthday?
Technically, I did smoke with you.
Oh, don't give me that technically crap because we were on the same blunt.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck you.
That's what I told Saint, and he walked away from me. He got so mad.
Technically, we did. Are you on the same blunt?
I was like, technically. And then he just like looked dead in my face, was like, oh, this high bitch.
Yeah, you deserve to walk away from that. Yeah.
And walked away. I was like, my bad.
Yeah, you should. You're disrespectful.
I know, whatever. What was I going to say? Oh, but did we actually get into our week? We stopped.
Oh, no. I mean, we mentioned it in the beginning before. My week was shitty because my Hurricane Isaias hit on late Monday. Late Monday. Okay, Isaias. Hurricane Isaias came through with an unforgiving force Monday night into Tuesday morning. Yeah. I had company over too, which was even crazier. And you know, all of a sudden I had company over, a family member over.
Oh, okay.
Came over, slept over, and you know, wake up in the morning, we're like, all right, man, what do you want to do? He's like, he's a young 20s kid. He's like, let's play some FIFA. I'm like, all right, bet, I got you. Turning it on, my kids watching, we're about to get started. Boom, lights go out. And they mentioned before, it's like, oh yeah, lights were going in and out all day. And I'm like, all right, well, maybe it's a storm, so whatever. We waited out. We checked the electrical company. They said, all right, well, it's not going to get started or get fixed till 9 p.m. I'm like, all right, whatever. So we'll just, everybody's got their generators on, my neighbors and shit. I'm the only one that doesn't have one, at least around my way. And like the 3 houses that are around me. Yeah. I go in the car, I'm just turning my car on and just charging it. I'm like, all right, whatever. It'll just be till tonight. Then 8 o'clock comes. We find out it's going to be till 1 in the morning. We're like, all right. So we stay up till 1 in the morning. Yeah. Nope. Find out the next day. Again, 1 in the morning. We wait till the next day, 1 in the morning. Nope. Woke up today. It says to be determined. We're like, bro, at this point, we're like, all right, we got to take the meat out. We got to take it to a family member's house. I got to take my kids to their grandma's house. Yeah. So I do that, get back home. I'm rolling up, having one last smoke before I come see you. boom, lights come on. I'm like, all right, well, I did everything I was supposed to do the right way.
Yeah.
And if anything, this pretty much told me, like, for one, I need to get a generator. That's obvious. Like, any homeowner, like, you just need to have one.
Yeah.
Even if it's something small that'll just, like, power the kitchen. I'd rather have the food fresh, and, like, if we need to charge something, we'll just use the outlets.
Yeah, to me, the only thing that I would really worry about is the kitchen, because that was the only thing I was worried about. Yeah.
I'm like, anything else, whatever. I can charge my phone. I'm good. Like, if it's hot, all right, I'm screwed. I got to deal with, a hot night. I might have to sleep in the kitchen and put a fan in there. God forbid. Yeah. If it's wintertime, at least have the generator on. Might do old school, turn on the oven, get some heat in there.
Oh my God, I got a funny story.
Yeah, everybody's been there. Everybody's had that. I've been there too. Had to turn on the oven for some heat.
Oh yeah.
But that was really it. So as far as my week, that was
it.
That was it.
Yeah, same for me. Well, I mean, I got to a couple fights at work, but that was about it. Really nothing exciting. It was last call bullshit. What do you mean I can't get another drink? Last call is about a half hour. That it's been 45 minutes, so no, you can get. Yeah, it was bullshit, but whatever. And now we're cool. I seen one of the guys I fought with. I saw yesterday, and then today when I stopped in, and I was like, why are you smiling at me? I don't like you. And he was like, I don't like you, and then started play fighting with me, and then laughed. Like, I was fucking with him because he's one of those guys. Like, a lot of the regulars there, you talk shit to them, and they love it. They're also a bunch of white men.
They're all used to it. But I saw some of the regulars. They were interesting looking folk.
Yeah, they're towny people.
There you go. That's the word.
That bar is very towny. Very towny people. I mean, like, the area. I mean, the town itself.
A very towny area.
Yeah, a lot of them have never, like, they've left, but they end up coming back. They've been there their whole lives. Like,
that's wild. That's like the truly local bar.
Yeah.
That you got going on. Yeah.
No, 1,000%. Yeah. And then
your people.
But I can't really front because Hackensack, like, our bar that was, we like walked past it. It was pretty much the only fucking place that they were boarded up. That was the bar that was known. I was going there when I was like fucking 16. Like, it was like, I would say it's a family bar, but like.
It was like your Cheers.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
But it was way more fucking people than you would ever see at Cheers. Like, that shit was packed.
Word, because Cheers always seemed like 20 people or less.
Yeah, but anytime, like, it was a bar that you walk in, it's like, oh, shit. Like, yeah, it was one of those.
Like that.
So it's kind of like that, but that bar was way more popular and had way more liquor.
Oh, matter of fact, something did happen earlier this week. We talked about it before, and I can bring it up now, get your opinion. So I'm not going to say any names just to protect the innocent, but earlier this week I was scrolling online, and this media personality that I know mentioned something to the effect of, and I'm trying to remember when I read it, he basically said, because I guess he has like multiple degrees in broadcasting or journalism, not sure which one it is, but he's trying to do his radio thing. He basically said or he felt some type of way with people that don't have the same amount of studying or schooling that he had, getting opportunities in his field before he does.
Yeah.
And he basically felt like, well, if you do this, you should stay in that field. You shouldn't try to be something else or try to do and jump on any of the fields and take opportunities away from the people that really study for this shit. And I was taken aback. I read that shit and I was like,
well, you had told me some of it out like off air. So pretty much this guy is a media personality, went to school for that in broadcasting, has degrees, and that's why he's saying this. Like, he's seeing other people do it without it, and that's why. So that gives some background.
I totally didn't agree with that. I think that's a fucking stupid take. I'm trying to be nice about it. I think it was. I don't even want to be mean about it. I think it was a little bit uncalled for. I think because you disrespect a lot of people that follow that platform. Yeah. That are also people that are multifaceted, that can do more than one thing, and that are cool with being good at more than just one thing, that don't want to just be boggled down to one thing. Me, personally, I took it as a personal attack, even though he probably wasn't coming at me, but I took it as an attack because I'm an artist, rapper. I have recently taken up video editing just because it's something I love to do. I've also started podcasting. It's about to be a year that I've been podcasting. So I'm dipping my toes in different parts of media and entertainment because I don't want to do just the rapping thing.
Yeah.
And I've realized now that just being an artist isn't going to get you anywhere nowadays. You got to be able to do more for yourself. You got to be able to be your own manager.
I think regardless if you're an artist or not, I think just being able to be multifaceted is important.
Absolutely.
But I saw it in, I guess, like in our generation, pretty much like school was more just for the connections that were made than actually being at school. Because I was in a double major, English, and I was in the journalism and broadcast school. Like I had that major too, and I was almost done. I had to drop out, but I mean, not that I didn't learn anything in those classes. Those classes were great. My professors were great. One of them, I really wish I keep trying to find him. I took a hip hop journalism class.
Oh, nice.
He was fucking popping. He had fucking interviewed Questlove. Like he interviewed like solid people. The only one I can remember right now is Questlove, but he interviewed like so many fucking dope artists, and he worked at a lot of good magazines too. But anyway, like I met a lot of cool people there. And I got to learn a lot, but at the same time, like, it's really just about the experience.
Yeah.
College can't teach you experience.
No, it can't.
Like, that you got experience from living it and doing it. And, like, if you don't, like, that's, and I told you off air, that's like a cook saying, oh, well, like, two cooks are talking. One's like, no, well, this is how you do it, because this is how I was taught. And technically I'm a chef because I went to, whatever culinary school.
Right.
Like, shut the fuck up. Or it's like a bartender saying, well, I'm a mixologist. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, like, it's cool and all, but guess what? We're past that stage. Like, I feel like it was, like, within that generation where it was, you can get by without a college degree at some point stop meaning anything.
No, I agree. And it's like, and there's no shade and no knock to anybody that has degrees, because obviously you went there with a purpose.
Fine.
Perfectly fine. You went there with a purpose. You got the fucking work. Yeah, you're certified. Bet.
Yeah.
But you got to understand that we're now in a new age, a new time where people don't need that shit. They don't need the validation. If they can do the job, they can do the job. And guess what? The people are going to see that. If they can see that, okay, just a model out of nowhere, just started out as modeling, now becomes a huge media personality, has thousands of people flooding her page to check out her IG lives. Who are we to deny that person? No. You can hate on it all you want if you're a person with multiple degrees doing the same thing, trying to get on, but just understand that person is a personality. They got clout or whatever attached to them. They got fans. They're bringing people to the platform. Other advertisers and other companies are going to see that shit, and they're going to want a piece of that. Yeah. You got to deal with that shit. Me as a fucking rapper, I told you before, me as a fucking rapper, I pride myself on lyrics, right? Yeah. So when I see a dude get on that just got hot off of some bullshit ad-libs in a chorus, I can't be mad at that at the end of the day, because that's his style. He made it work for himself, and he got it going. You know what? I got to work harder if I wanted myself in that position. Yeah. And half the time, the motherfuckers that get those opportunities, they're for platforms that I wouldn't even fucking find myself caught dead associating with. So why am I even caring about that shit? Worry about what works for you. Worry about what you can do to maximize your potential, and stay in your fucking lane and build your shit up. Why are you worried about the next man doing something and taking a possibility that possibly could have been for you? Fucking work harder, man, because nobody cares. It just sounds
like because he's finding these other people in his lane that didn't find themselves in the same lane
and shit.
The same way. You can still pay dues different ways.
Yeah, man. I get off that shit.
You can literally get out of college and not know what the fuck you're doing. And
facts.
Then all of a sudden you're overqualified.
Facts. That too.
You're 23. Overqualified.
Facts. What are we doing with ourselves?
Because I have a degree. I'm trying to like get it. I'm sorry. Like I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. But I'm underqualified. But I'm overqualified. Like, which is it? And that's where a lot of like people out of college were fucking facing. And most of the time, like, and you can't, like, for somebody like that to shit on other people, granted, maybe he didn't mean it intentionally, but at the end of the day, he did shit on people for being in the same lane as him, but not achieving it the same way and not going down the same route. Yeah. But if they got there, like, maybe they weren't handed. It does happen. People are handed things. People are giving opportunities that you're just like, what? Makes no sense. But anybody could be a podcaster. Anybody could be on a radio show. Anybody could be a writer at this point. Right. Anybody be a photographer. But it really depends on skill level. So you can't knock somebody for not going to college for it and educating themselves and watching. I didn't go to school for graphic design. I just got tired of, no shade to my friend, but I felt bad. And I'm very like, if I'm hitting you up, I need answers like within a day. Like I hate waiting.
Yeah.
Especially if it was for Check It. And I'm like, I need a logo. It was for audio fixation. I'm like, all right, bitch, like, I need something. Like, I need help with this. So whenever I was in Miami, I would just watch her do other websites and other logos for other people or working on my shit, and I just learned.
Yeah.
Like, and I figured it out myself. I didn't go to school for it.
I got tired of waiting for motherfuckers to film minute-long videos for me that were going to cost hundreds of dollars. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you're telling me that for a minute long, I just want to do a small series of different clips of verses. I don't want to make a full-length music video, and you're going to still charge me this shit? No, fuck that. Yeah. I got my phone. It's got a decent-ass quality. My homeboy's willing to work. Let me put down money on a gimbal that'll stabilize my shot, and let me film and edit the shit myself. And guess what? I ended up making a fucking video series of this. Ended up putting out more content than regular rappers who were spending and saving for months for a video to be premiered and then forgotten about within a week's time.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? Let me do this and drop them week after week after week. So I had different locations, different content, and then it ended up working out for me.
Yeah.
So for someone to shit on that, on the work that I did, like, it's a big fuck you and a slap to my face. So yeah, I felt some type of way. And I'm trying not to shade the person and everything like that. And I'm definitely not saying names to protect the innocent. And I got no ill will towards the guy, but it's like, you really put your foot in your mouth.
Yeah, and
shit.
not even about the person himself, because there are other people that do feel that way. Like in any industry, in any job, it's very like, well, I did it this way, and like that's not the only route you have to take.
Right.
There's other routes, like there's other ways. Like there are rappers being discovered, and then there's rappers who have like fucking paid their dues.
Right.
They would see it as though I paid my dues, I worked hard for this, and da-da-da-da. Then you look at like Rainbow Man.
Absolutely.
So things like that. So it's just for some, there are people that think like that out there, and honestly, you can't front, you can't be mad about other people's progress or how they got anywhere, because at the end of the day, you should just be worried about yourself.
Absolutely.
You shouldn't hate on anything else. I get it. If the talent isn't up there, then that's another thing. If you want to say like, oh, but like,
well, that's always debatable, isn't it? The
talent level, because it's all perspective.
But with this guy, it's like, and again, not to shade the guy, it's just like from what he's trying to do. I've listened to his stuff, his takes on stuff, and I wasn't floored. I mean, but at the same time, I'm not the guy to be judging what makes a great media personality. But I am someone who is a casual fan who, when I see someone posting or talking about something, if I like it, I will listen.
Yeah.
I'll throw a like and everything. So for me to hear this person's takes and his regular stuff and not be floored, not really care, that's just it. I didn't care for it as a casual fan. Same thing if I play my music for a casual rap fan. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If we do, we do. Cool. Yeah. Me, with this media personality shit, I saw what you was doing as far as work. I wasn't floored. I didn't like it.
Yeah. Because we are in, it's as an artist, and then what this guy is doing, you guys are in kind of two different, like the same industry, but two different, I guess, sides of it.
Little subgenres, I guess, if you want to call it.
But, well, yeah, kind of. But you do have to cater to casual fans too. You have casual fans, if anything, are probably most important.
Right, and it's like I feel like the guy. I keep having to fucking throw a disclaimer, no shade again, but it's gonna be.
No, you don't have to. It's fine. Right. Just say it. Yeah.
You could study and have all the fucking degrees, but until you get that real life experience, like you were saying before, you're not gonna know what the fuck to do. So yeah, I'm assuming in that field you probably did have experience, but I just don't see anything special.
No.
And I'm sorry, bro, if you're hearing this. It's just, it is what it is. But maybe more so, I'm just annoyed by what you said, and it's just now coming to a point where I see what it is.
Because now you're putting him under
I'm putting him under that, and I don't want to, but it's just like when you think that way, it's like, all right, so that's how you've always felt, or someone hurt you along the way that you felt like took an opportunity from you that you felt you should have had. But at the same time, it's like, I don't really think you could pull it off.
Yeah.
And that may sound critical, very hurtful in a way.
It does kind of sound,
That's how I
and
feel.
we are not that I'm really doing. You could put the fan on if you want. God,
Which one?
That one right there. The
Oh,
fan.
you want it on now?
No, I thought you just said you're hot.
No.
Oh,
my
I'm
bad.
bugging.
No.
I'm bugging. Never mind. You're good. It's not. I'm not really doing a disclaimer. I'm just saying. I didn't like from listening to it. I mean, I just figured he has potential. Still a lot of work.
He's still got potential.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he has potential. Work can be done, and I'm in no way radio personality. I was on a radio show once in Rutgers. Like, it was nothing. Actually, it was really cool. But anyway, so it was actually a really dope time. But regardless, like, I just do the podcast. It's not what I want to do. Radio. I mean, it sounds cool enough, but that's not really my thing. But I mean, when you're kind of compared, like you're partnered up with somebody who has a big personality, you should probably meet them halfway. But anyway, I just think that if you're gonna put something out there, then maybe, you know, if you're gonna be on live, really just consider what you're saying. I know that I have no filter. That's why I'm not good at radio. That's why I need to record myself,
I think
listen back,
yeah.
and be like, that was a little harsh. Let me edit that out.
Yeah, I'm not good for live.
I'm not good for live.
I don't think I'm there yet.
We're assholes. We're not good for
You're
live.
right. We're not.
We're not good for live. No.
This will make a good clip. We're not good for live.
No, I don't purposely end up hurting
We
feelings.
couldn't do a live podcast, I think.
I don't think so.
We could try, but then it'll be around people that will accept our
I think
honesty.
it'll end up, if we do a live pod, it'll end up being people that we know who are used to us.
I always thought we'd do our first live pod to check it. I always thought that we'd do it that way. Have someone just be a temporary host for the evening, and we just interview everybody that comes off stage. That's how I pictured a live episode.
It would end up being too long. I would only have like 4 performers.
Oh, no,
Maybe
but we'd
5.
have to do it like in a sense of like we'd have to keep cutting.
Oh, that'd be too much.
Yeah, but
regardless, anyway.
Yeah.
Regardless. But if we but I'm saying like if we did like a radio show, no.
No, I couldn't
I'm
see
good
myself
on
doing a
that.
radio show because to me,
No.
I've seen it done already, and it's just like I can't. I wouldn't
No.
be able to do it. I get it, and it's very, very tough. Shout out to everybody that does it though too, because that
Yeah.
shit is hard as hell. But
For
I just
real.
like it's in that sense. It's like I think I'm more of a podcast guy.
Yeah,
In that
I
sense.
already knew. I've always wanted to get into the podcast game, especially like first hearing Joe years ago. And then from that point, and then I didn't actually really consider radio because I know that I'm really bad at like editing myself. Rutgers, my filter, like I've been able to build a filter over time, but when I was at school, like I still had no filter. That's why everybody
And
thought
I also like to talk. I don't like the music breaks. I think that bothers me a lot too because if you get into a good rhythm talking, and then you have to stop.
Sure.
Yeah, because I hate that too. Whenever I listen to radio interviews, like with artists, like
It's
especially
like,
Funk
no,
Flex,
no.
like no, he's like, yeah, we'll be right back. We're gonna come back. I'm like, no, I hated that. You were in a good rhythm, you were talking, and then you don't really get back into the subject, or by that time the momentum's gone.
Well, that's why there's podcasts. Like where it's backup.
I think that's why I gravitated towards podcasts to the
Mm-hmm.
point where now I listen to different podcasts. Like I'm listening to one podcast right now
Mm-hmm.
just to get inspiration on how to talk to you better. Like I listen to one called
What?
It's called Your Mom's House. It's 2 comedians,
Mm-hmm.
but they're married.
Yeah.
But it's a guy and a girl. So it just works. So the chemistry between them, I'm like, all right, how can I talk to her? How can I get her wherever out of her shell?
Yeah.
Because I see the
They're
dynamic between
yeah.
it. Yeah. So I'm like, I'd be listening to different shits just trying to get inspiration.
But see, that alone, what you're saying right now, to circle back, that alone, you're learning from others. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
Just because you didn't you didn't sit in a classroom or some online class, I don't think there's anything wrong. Like you don't have a degree for it. I think it's perfectly okay, especially in this time right now where we have social media, we have YouTube, we have podcasts and other things to and even just role models and not copying, but looking up to them and seeing, okay, maybe I can alter, maybe I could do this, maybe I could do that. I really look up to them and not mimic them, but you know what I mean.
Because shit, if you want to get technical, I've been doing that 20 years now with hip hop. There is no school for me to go to hip hop. There's no school for me to get degrees to learn how to write a verse.
Oh my God, imagine
and
there
make
was.
a song. So what did I do? I listened to Biggie. I listened to Pac. I listened to Tribe. I listened to Gang
And that
Starr,
is kind of the
Wu-Tang.
school of hip hop.
And that's how I learned. So if I was doing anything else and decided to rap, I'm pretty much doing the same shit.
In a sense, it's almost like, what's his name? Was it Rowdy that said I never listened to them like that?
Oh yeah, but they listen to somebody.
No, but in that sense, it was kind of like everybody else who did grow up off of that school of hip hop was like, the fuck? What do you mean? Like, this is the normal, blah, blah, blah. And it's like,
he's saying he didn't listen to that shit.
No, like he had a whole nother like type of school.
Which is fine, but he still listened to somebody. So you still drew inspiration from someone.
Oh, no, yeah, of course. But it's still like the same. It's in almost kind of the same. Where it's like, you didn't go to like you didn't
go to this school.
Yeah, you didn't go to this school. How
point.
else did you?
Good
yeah,
point. You didn't go to like the
Look
hard
at me
knock
drawing
school.
dots and connections. But I mean, it's all love. Regardless, I'll still be
fucking all love,
tuning
man.
in. There's just people who. I mean, he'll probably take it as a lesson. Like, okay, I should probably think about what I'm going to say.
No one that heard that or read that day agreed with what he said. No one.
Well, no, yeah.
No one. Like, at all.
Especially if all the people are kind of in our, like, age frame, like, that kind of bracket. Yeah. And it's like, no, our, like, millennials kind of started fucking hating college. Yeah. And we got backed up with student loans and then this and then that. So, and I also, like, I had talked to somebody about this a while back, and that was their kind of grasp on it. Like, oh, well, I have all these loans and this and that. I could have just easily, like, it wasn't the same train of thought that the guy had. It was more like, shit, like, if I knew, I could have just done it this way instead of listening to my parents and thinking, oh, I have to go to school, I have to go to college. Yeah. Because we were kind of like forced into it. So
yeah, I mean, because granted, you learn the basics of it when you go to school and you learn all the technical terms and shit. And then so if you ever put in a position where you're at the big time radio stations, you know how to work everything. Yeah. Granted, cool. But at the same time, what they don't teach you is how to be your own personality, how to use your sense of humor, your wit, all the stuff that makes you you, and turn it into a full-fledged show.
No, that's more so. I was going to say this earlier. I didn't really, I mean, I learned a lot of stuff. Shit, I still got my fucking, the AP fucking English shit. Like I know how to write for newspapers.
Right. So you know the format.
When am I ever going to need that?
Right. So you know the format.
I know how to quote properly. I know how to cite, do the indentations, all that shit, the bylines.
Is your personal touch that you put on it.
Yeah, I mean, not that I'm going to be writing for no newspaper, but I know the correct way. I know the different ways and all that good shit. But what really did it for me was my professor. Yeah. And then he was like, they let me do this test run of, it wasn't hip hop, it was music journalism. But he did a lot of like rock punk because he lived in the Village. Okay. And then he also did hip hop. For, I think the magazine was The Village Voice or something. I forgot what magazine. He wrote for a whole bunch. He even wrote for Rolling Stone, which I was super jealous of because that's the magazine I wanted to write for back in the day. It's not happening. But he was the one that got me to, like, he pushed me to interview the guy who runs New Yorican.
I performed there. Great spot.
Oh, I love that spot. Yeah, it's amazing. Spot. I got to interview the guy during like an anniversary. I think it was their 45th anniversary or their 40th anniversary. I forgot.
I just realized I had a funny ass story about the New York Rican the day I did a showcase there, and I had to, but it involves bodily fluids.
Maybe save it for next episode.
I mean, I could tell it now. I mean, does it matter?
Are we gonna keep doing bodily fluids every episode?
Did I do it last episode?
No, you didn't. No, okay. Well, no, you did. You did it. No, it was like 2 episodes ago.
I was at a showcase there one time, and we drove straight from Jersey to New York, and it was a lot of traffic, and I really had to fucking piss. I was first online waiting for it to happen, and just fucking like, fuck this, I gotta go. I went around to one side of the door and just pissed right there on the side of the door.
You're in Alphabet City. That entire area, 3-block radius, is full of piss. You're fine.
Okay, so I was there, and then as I'm finishing up, the guy comes from the other side of the door, and he's like got the clipboard in his hand ready to sign people up, and I'm first online. So I'm like, hey, what's up, man?
I'm trying to put your junk away.
Trying to put my junk away. And he's like, hey, what's up? What's your name? Oh, Kid Pro. So I sign up first, thinking that they're going to do randomly. Me and my boy.
Oh no, they go.
Yeah.
Well, the time that I went, they did randomly.
They didn't do randomly. So me and my boy ended up going first and second.
Mm-hmm.
50 fucking artists. The main guy wins the fucking contest. I ended up winning, going second. Had to wait the whole fucking night to hear all these other rappers go after me, just for them to mention my name at the end.
Oh shit.
So it's like, yeah, thank God I went as early as I did. I wouldn't have been able to hold it the whole night.
I don't think I've ever gone to the bathroom in New York, and I couldn't even tell you. If
I couldn't wait, and then they weren't letting people in for like at least another hour. And I'm like, I'm not gonna.
Oh
lose
yeah,
my spot.
no, they're super. Yeah, I wanted to get like a job there just to kind of just. I wanted to actually volunteer, but the bitch at the door had an attitude.
Engulf yourself in the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a good spot. It really is a good spot.
Because I was gonna try to work like 2 blocks down or somewhere in that area, like by my friend's bar, and I was like, oh, like we were driving around trying to get me a job and shit, and I'm like, oh, we're like on Avenue C. I was like, all right, no, I gotta go over there. I gotta check it out. And they weren't open for business, but I saw people walking in and out. So I'm like, hey, I just wanted to see if you were hiring for a VOP. No, I was like, okay, I wanted to volunteer, but no. I was like, no, it's okay. I don't know if I could. And I said, I was like, I don't know if I could work for you. And I just walked out. And then as I'm walking out, like I hear, ooh. And I didn't say anything. It was just, she cut me off. And I was like, well, I was actually asking to volunteer because I know it's like a nonprofit. So I was like, I was asking to volunteer. I just wanted to.
And she hit you with the ooh after you walk?
No, there was because there was people there setting up and shit. And
she felt stupid.
Yeah, it was like the only white woman there.
Point for Sade.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Points. I should have been like, bitch. Let me stop.
That was Avenue C. I used to go to another showcase open mic.
I'm trying to think if it's on C.
Avenue A. It was Avenue A.
Is it A or C? I know how to get there. I always get
Avenue
the
A. I
street
went to the other spot. It was the Pyramid Club, but on Tuesdays. I
always wanted to go there.
So I used to go there a lot, like 10 years plus. I went there, and it was a dope spot. I used to go with Obi all the time when I was in a group with him. And so that was my first experience in New York performing live.
Yeah.
Just in front of a crowd full of hood niggas, and just you're the only Spanish kids in there. You're like 20 years old, being looked at like idiots, like fish in a fishbowl. But that's where I got like. After that, I was like, all right, I'm not nervous to perform anywhere. Because, mind you, I've already I'm using your term, mind you. That's how I've been hanging with you. Mind you, I've already went through the whole janitor thing where they're sweeping the floor behind me. So at this point, I'm like, nothing can bother me. So I'm going to New York in front of a bunch of hood niggas, spitting the most gangsta fucking shit. And here we are talking about driving drunk down our fucking neighborhood. Just popping E-pills. Like, we were young as fuck. We thought we were the fucking stars.
Oh no, like when I had gone, the last time I was there, because I never got to perform there. I was actually supposed to one time. And fucking, what's it called? It was a group of us. It was out of the group, it was just like the 2 poets. It was me and some other guy where he like rapped and like did his poetry, but he stopped. And I still have his project in my phone, I think. It's somewhere in my iTunes. And mind you, like at the time, forgot what class it was. All of a sudden, I started hanging out with like a bunch of Filipinos. It was weird. Like no, like this is actually the same time. Yeah, because I was very like in high school. I literally just hopped around. I knew everybody. Well, most of the people I was cool with. Whatever.
Quick hopping.
So I was still I would still chill with like the football team and shit. But then these were like the my Filipinos that were going. Well, they weren't all Filipinos.
They were creative Filipinos.
Yeah, I forgot what fucking class that was.
Yeah, the Filipinos in my school were creative.
Oh yeah,
too.
we would, and the only time we really, really chilled was we're going to City. All right, let's go.
Yeah, they were either artists, they were break dancers, they were poets. Very, very creative all the time.
Yeah.
Any Filipinos in my school just were. But I remember that Pyramid Club. I was gonna say because on Tuesdays it would be an open mic. It would be called Training Camp, run by this guy named Mental Supreme, who was like the uber fucking New York guy. Like he would always be there in Tim's. He'd perform the same fucking song every time. And me and my friends would laugh. Me and Obi was like, I run the city with my Timbs untied. And he had the do-rag, the wave cap, and the fucking New York fitted cap like this. One time,
oh no!
There were so many stories in that fucking place. One of the DJs I just found out the other day, his name was Mellow Axe. He is on the Beyonce Black is King soundtrack for a song he did. He remixed it. I'm like, oh shit, Mellow X, that was the fucking house DJ. It's crazy just seeing people grow up. I've seen one of the battle rappers, Cortez.
Yeah.
He was in there.
You saw him?
He was in there heavy performing. He had a 3-man group. I forget the name of them, but it was him, another guy, Billy the Kid, and someone younger than him.
That's why I wanted to. Is it the Pyramid, right?
Pyramid, yeah.
That's why I wanted to go there because I would like.
And I would see Cortez, and this was Cortez, like skinny, slim Cortez, just rocking shit. Before I even knew he was going to do any battling, he was just killing shit every week. He was the main guy to see. There was other people I'd see. There was this famous battle one time between Mental and one of the headliners there. They battled, and Mental ended up losing his shoes because of the battle. And there was always this one guy named Ancient Scroll. Old dude, you would think he was a fucking homeless dude, but he would sit there and he had some like Jamaican vibe to him. Yeah. And whenever he went on, people just didn't know what to say. But I think one time he offered his shoes, and the guy was like, "Nah, I'm good, fam. I'm good." But I say that to say because it was always every Tuesday. So a couple of years passed, me and my boy were like, "Yo, let's go perform." I'm like, "Yo, it's Tuesday. Let's fucking go to the city. Yeah, let's head there." So me and him, we didn't check Facebook or Instagram. We didn't know what was going on. We just like, "Yo, it's Tuesday. It's gonna be open." We're walking, and we're in the village. Got some pizza. Cutting the corner, getting ready to go to the Pyramid Club. And I see a bunch of dudes dressed up as we're walking there, just in regular like drag outfit. We're not thinking anything of it. Like we're walking there. It's the village, whatever. We see a bunch of gay people holding hands. No big deal. We get to the Pyramid Club. I see the big dude, like the security guy who just knows me. We never spoken. He checks my pockets. He knows my face. He sees that I'm about to go in there, and he's like shaking his head. Because me and my homie, we're in hip hop gear. We're like fitted hoodie, getting ready to rock. He's looking at me like, "Nah, this ain't what you want." And then I go to the door. I'm like, "Yo, what's up, man?" We don't know each other's names. Like, "What's up?" He's like, someone comes out in drag. I'm like, "Oh, we picked the wrong Tuesday." And it was the fucking, because it's a gay club the rest of the fucking week. Yeah. But for that Tuesday, it's just got the hardest niggas in New York all congregate, and we have ciphers outside and freestyle battle one another.
Wait, did he say anything else?
Nah, he didn't have to say shit. Because as soon as I saw that guy, I'm like, all right, we're gonna go back, and we ended up going back to Jersey.
Oh shit!
But yeah, that was a little hip hop shit right there.
Fucking funny.
It was fucking crazy.
Oh no! Like the last time I was at New York, and like we had all gone. They were trying to get me to sign up, and I had just written my first piece for spoken word. I was already like writing at that point for years. I was already I was 17, I think. Yeah, 17. So we get there. And I'm like, nah, like I'm not ready. Like I haven't really performed it like that. Like I'm not ready for this. I've only performed it, I think, for them. That's it. So I'm like, I'm not practiced. You know me, I'm talking myself out of it. Oh yeah. So he signs up, and we're waiting there forever at New Eurekan. Like we're already inside. We got the seats and everything. Waiting there, and then we realize the time. Thank you. We realize the time. We're like, fuck. Like the last bus to Jersey is at 1 a.m. Oh, it was like, the buses? Okay. Yeah, because we would park by we would all park by the bus stop and then just hop on the bus and go straight to New York. And we're like, oh fuck. Like this is not. It was a weekday. I'm like, all right, no, we gotta make it back.
Like, no, realizing it's like, oh shit, it's fucking midnight. We gotta hurry back. That was the worst. Yeah.
Oh, it was like 11:50 something. Yeah. And they finally, cause we're like, yo, like we're all hungry, cause they had smoked on. We had smoked on the way. Cause I remember like they lit up, and I was like, you know what, I'm not performing. Fuck it. So I smoked, and then we smoked when we got on the way there, walking through the village and shit. And we're like, damn, chicken and rice. We're like, nah, we'll wait.
Chicken and rice.
Yeah, we're like, nah, we'll wait. So we get there, because we were like debating. We were literally like, all right, fuck, are we going to go straight there? Are we going to hop on the train? Or are we just going to go to 53rd? What are we going to do? So we ended up going to the village first. Then we're like, fuck, at 11:50 something, we're about to get up. And then they call his name. So he goes up and performs. We still, like, every now and then, like, I run into them at, like, fucking Miller's when I worked there. And I'll bleep it out. So I was like, wait, I'll bleep it out. It's fine.
Miller's? Sorry.
You bitch.
Bleep out everything.
It's fine. I'll bleep it out. But so he performed, and like whenever like we'll like Damn, I don't remember. And I could play it for you, and it's actually aged pretty well. I was telling one of them, I'm like, yo, like, Vincent shit, like, that track, like, aged kind of well, like, for a spoken word. Like, he recorded it, and it's, like, a cafe scene, and you kind of hear...
Oh, you hear everybody in the background?
Yeah, like, it was actually pretty dope. I think it aged pretty well.
Jay-Z's
Being, like,
22
10 years old.
vibe.
Huh? Yeah, a little, yeah. It was dope though. And then he performed it, and as soon as he's walking off stage, it wasn't a competition, it was just an open mic night. We all stand up, and it's about 6-7 of us.
Mm-hmm.
So we all stand up at once, and the MC, I don't remember his name, the MC's like, "Wait, did y'all hear that? Did the school bell go off?" Is it, like, you know, talking shit. Yeah, he's like, "Is it time for lunch already?" Like, fucking with us. And we're like, "Man, we gotta make it back to Jersey. Like, we gotta go. This shit was funny because the MC's trying to talk to us, have fucking full conversation, bringing the crowd into it, joking around and shit. And we're all like, "Nah, like, we gotta go. Cool, we're trying to eat." Like, we were all high as fuck. We walked in there fucking reeking of bud. Shit was funny.
I remember those days.
That night was great.
Reeking of bud.
That was probably like the best night I've had at New York because we were all like, it was, this one girl went up, she had a poem about horses.
Okay, I believe it. I mean, I've heard everything at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the Village, but
yeah.
It was just the next day we're in school, we're fucking exhausted at this point, and it's mad quiet in class, and one of them goes, "I just want to gallop like a wild horse." That was one of the lines, I think, something like that. And like, with long hair in the wind, like, it would be like one person would say the first line, then we would just like finish it off and shit. It was the best.
And we're back.
We're back. All right.
So where do we leave at? Oh no, we're just gonna start with random topics.
Random topics.
I think we've said everything we needed to say.
Yeah, the episode's gonna pretty much stay on hip hop because not much has happened.
And the storm Isais took us out of commission.
Jesus. Yeah, and Pro just showed me about the bombing, which I had because I went from Monday night into all of Tuesday. Well, no, I'm bugging. It started Tuesday, I had no power, and then into Wednesday I go to work where I had some connection but not a whole bunch, and I worked all day on Wednesday, and I'm like in a dead zone, so my service already sucks at work.
So I
didn't even know anything about this bombing. That shit was
absolutely insane. And we'd be remiss if we didn't say we want to send all prayers, condolences, just all good vibes to everybody that was affected in that bombing in Beirut. I just had to show Sade off of Instagram. She had no idea what was going on. That's how crazy the storm was. Like, we were really like left out of the loop. What was going on? I had seen news about a bombing, and my friends had sent me videos. Yeah. But until I got into some actually good connection and saw, like, I showed you the video of like an aerial view of the bombing. I showed you a video of these 3 women in a random store.
And the shockwave with them, and then the shockwave with.
And it was blowing these fucking glass.
Yeah.
Windows like out. Like,
no, out of the 3 women, the first one that started walking up down the block that got out of the camera view, I think she was done.
Then I showed you another video of a woman who was doing her wedding video.
The bride, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Her bridal video, and the shockwave pushed her shit out. Yeah. And dude had to like run away, and that's probably.
It almost looked like a drone.
It almost
because the way the camera. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I'm like, why is it? Yeah, that was like smooth.
That to me, like when you see like videos, like that to me is gonna be the video of the year.
You're about to be my videographer.
That's the video of the year. Like to me, like when you capture something natural, something happening in the moment. I think there's gonna be no better camera footage of anything that happens this year than that. I think that'll be a moment that lasts in people's memories for the whole year. That video was. And it was so random, so unprepared. Like, you would never imagine that. You're doing a bridal video, and you just capture an explosion happening live. Yeah. Like, yeah, that dude definitely got a lot of money off of that. I'm sure a lot of, like, different news agencies probably hit him up right away.
That was fucking scary as shit. All right, but what was I going to say? Let's get into topics. Prayers to everybody over there. It's fucking insane. And it's just weird that it happened when not like a conspiracy
theory.
Right,
when this is all going on.
But yeah.
I feel you.
It's just weird.
But shit
it's a whole bunch of people without power and no connection.
It should be like that. Though.
Yeah. All right. So what is our first topic? I already forgot. All right.
So are we leading off with the Steve Stout thing from a couple weeks back? Okay.
So this like like about a couple weeks I think ago, Steve Stout, who I've been wanting to. It's 2 things that I've been wanting to do, and one we've been both planning. Steve Stout, anytime I catch him, he's fucking wise, man. I love him. Anything, any interview or like the Joe Budden live thing that he did, he just drops gems. So I've been wanting. Yeah, like one of his like when he did the live with like Lupe.
Oh, okay.
Like little things like that. Yeah, Steve was on
live.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, the IG live shit. My bad. So he did that with Steve, and I had saved some of the videos, and then I just, for some fucking reason, I lost them. So, but little things, and I found this one, and he's talking about Drake. Well, he's mainly talking about the label. He's talking about, the industry, how labels play into it, how independent artists play into it. And Drake is also a topic that we had talked about when we were Zooming.
Yes.
But because the episode had went so long, I was like, you know what? Let's do a retake on that conversation and have like actual like backup information. But then all of a sudden, everybody was talking about Drake.
Yeah.
So I was like, nah, I don't want. Well, not everybody. JVP was talking about Drake. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to do it anymore.
All right. So then, what do we have?
So we'll get into it now.
Audio.
Yep, I'm gonna start playing it now. So this is like a minute in. It's a clip from Breakfast Club. He's talking about the industry and this and that. And let me play.
Let's hear it.
The cost of making music has gone down. Like, you don't need them to do that. And you look at some of these successful artists, they don't even speak to their record companies. They use their social media, they develop an audience, they put out their music, and then the audience that they develop, stream their music. And that's why I built United Masses, because I know that the dominance going forward is going to be independent artists and artists without record companies leaving record companies saying, I want to capture more of the revenue myself.
I saw you talking to Russ, and you said that if Drake went independent, the music industry is done. Do you really think one artist going independent can kill the music industry?
100%. If Drake goes independent, it will crater the record business, because he would be a big artist in his prime, defecting the system. It would be like if LeBron left the NBA and started a league, or went to another league that was the big three. It changes the systemic system that's in place. And if Drake went independent, it would crush it. And they will pay.
But do you think Drake would be in the position that he's in now if he hadn't signed to a label?
It's like loud, so right? Extra.
Drake has spoken to anybody in his record company in 10 years.
But I mean, from the beginning, because
I can't hear her voice anymore. I'm not a fan of Angela.
I love her voice, but right there was like piercing.
Yeah, I mean, I loved her podcast, but
she got a very distinct voice.
Only because Stephanie was hilarious on there. But anyway, back to Drake.
What Steve Stout said, very progressive, very forward-thinking type of deal. He's not lying. The only part that I don't agree with was the whole comparison to LeBron, because as much as you want to say LeBron could start a league,
I thought I had more.
The NBA is the NBA. Like,
Yeah.
that's a standard. That's a foundation. You're not going to just build something off of scratch. Like, with music, it's a little bit different. We've already seen plenty of people go independent and become successful. So, yes, if Drake does it, it will lead the way to other artists to be like, yo, I really don't need a label. As long as I'm popping online, that's all I'll fucking need. And Drake is proof of that. And, yeah. It's just going to show you that plenty of rappers, plenty of artists have already done this and been successful without a record label. So, yes, we all know by now you don't need a record label. Drake, who is the ultimate record label rapper, if he were to go independent, he's already made enough buzz where it wouldn't matter at this point. Like, you're going to be fine. You don't even need to have the multi-million-dollar marketing plan where you show up on SNL a few weeks before your record drops and do all these radio drops. You could easily just go online and be like, hey, new album coming out, this and that, blah, blah, blah.
Because he doesn't necessarily need a promo run. And then whenever he drops a project, he does his one interview in like 3 years.
To use him as an example is kind of dumb in that sense, because it's like, all right, you'll cripple the music business, yes, because you're such a big artist and they rely on you to keep the lights on in that place.
But there's a bunch others.
What?
There's like a bunch of others. Like,
but they don't keep the lights on like Drake does.
No, they don't. No. But if collectively, if you think about it, I mean,
maybe
that's a huge chunk of cash. But
they should know already.
Yeah.
All the artists should already know that, hey, if you're lucky enough to have a platform, a free platform, like a Twitter, like an Instagram, like a Facebook, YouTube, where you can just put your stuff up, and you being the personality that you are, you eliminate the middleman, meaning the label, to promote your music. You should already know that you don't need a label.
No.
So Drake doing this really doesn't fucking change shit. Because if you're smart and you know about shit,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be
'Cause
wanting a label anyway.
It's highly possible to schedule your own tours. It's highly possible to do all of these things. Granted, yeah, you're not getting the major label backing that comes with a lot of money, but you're also not signed to the devil. So
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, man. When I was young, I wanted that major label rollout. I wanted to fucking be the main focus of a bunch of group of people, have street teams, be able to be on Jimmy Fallon,
I mean,
on Jimmy
when
Kimmel,
then it was such a
Jay
big
Leno.
deal.
I wanted
And
that spot
independent
on
was
Saturday
like,
Night
oh my god,
Yeah.
like you're going nowhere.
I wanted that like, yo, my album comes out on Friday, the next day I'm doing Saturday Night Live. I wanted that rollout because that was like that means you made it. You, no matter what, and then guaranteed your album goes #1 because a bunch of white people just saw you perform two dope ass songs that they didn't know about beforehand on SNL, and now you blowing up.
Yeah.
And you're #1. I wanted that rollout. Now, as you get older, you realize that shit don't mean a goddamn thing.
Nah.
You could care less.
Yeah.
You know, you still got to do shit afterwards. This is all smoke and mirrors right here. So, Drake doing it, yeah, it'll prove to the rest of the artists who aren't smart enough to already know that you should be independent, that you should go independent, and then that's when the record labels really die. I think that's what Steve was trying to get at. But for him to just compare it to LeBron, I think that was dumb. Everything else was on point.
That's not. No.
Everything else was on point.
That's like in the 90s saying the whole NBA would crumble because if if
LeBron's
Jordan
not
left.
Start a league.
No, I'm saying the 90s if Jordan left and started.
No. The NBA is the NBA. That's a foundation that is strong. You got bunch of owners with billions of dollars put into it. No one athlete can just change that around. No.
And there's a bunch of in the music business. I mean, it's pretty much a foundation. Labels, there's several with major backing with billions of dollars. Like the amount of money. So I understand when artists like with the whole like Little Yachty. When the whole thing Joe was like screaming at him and shit. I know, like I'm backed up, but he had said like now I get it because he wasn't at the play. Like I was trying to teach him and I couldn't understand why he didn't know this, but I get it. Yeah. And if you think about it, like you can't. You're an artist and you're trying to make it. I mean, he's trash, but he's still trying to make it, and he's hearing about all these numbers. It's like, okay, well, why not? He's thinking in his head, I make money, I get to do what I love, and make even more money. But not knowing that you could do it on your own. It is a harder route, though.
It's a harder route. And then I look at these artists that stay in it knowing that shit, and it's like, okay, what are you really in this for? Because it can't be money because you could be making a lot more if you went independent. So you really must be attached to the clout or the fame aspect of this whole thing, where you want to be known.
Yeah.
And then you want to try to get money off of that notoriety, knowing that you're going to end up owing a bunch of people all that money that you would have gotten.
Yeah.
Because they give you that push. It's a boost. It's just like when you pay for fake views and fake followers. You're putting yourself in that position to get that boost, to get that extra look, to make you look polished. And that's what a major label marketing machine does for you.
Yeah.
To make you look like you have your shit together when you really don't. You just got a bunch of songs you recorded. The label thinks this one's hot, so let's put you in front of these people and you perform the hell out of that song.
Oh yeah, because
and then we'll get your numbers up.
What was Nipsey's label? Well, I feel like it was Nipsey that he had the partnership with Atlantic. No, but it wasn't Atlantic. He had the partnership with them, but he didn't sign the label. No, he had an actual collective, but it was kind of like a label. Music on Heaven. Yeah. And S Double, they're technically collectives. They're their own label.
Oh, okay.
In that sense, because they each have their rappers. Yeah. And Music on Heaven's missing a singer, but they have. So that's their. I think in that sense, where people keep saying label. No, you can build, and I think that's the smartest shit, and that's what I love about Music on Heaven, and that's what I like finding out about S Double, and I love about them is that they've been able to create their own collective, their own home. That's home base. Yes. They've been able to just be able they were making a shit ton of fucking music just in quarantine, and all they needed was an engineer to lay it down. Yeah. And that was it.
That's a beautiful thing.
It's fucking amazing.
It's an amazing thing.
So just to be able to have that, a label itself, the word does come with a bad connotation in the music business, but you can independently have your own.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
And Steve, the first thing Steve said in there is like, it doesn't cost that much to make a great record anymore. It really doesn't. The in-home studio, the quality of the software and the hardware has increased so much now, where you don't need to go into a fancy New York, LA studio and meet up with some engineer with tons of fucking degrees. Like you can literally do it yourself and tweak it to the point where it sounds just like a radio.
Oh no, Velvet actually just reminded me I have to get on Velvet. No, Velvet got a bunch of stuff, and she's yeah, she got some equipment, and she's like working on doing a whole bunch of shit. That's when I told you, I'm like, oh, she wants me to like be on top of her.
That's right. And
yeah,
there's excuse me. You can go on fucking YouTube now and learn how to properly mix your records. Just look up the information, the hardware that you have, and there's people that do tutorial videos, and then you just
what you've been preaching for forever.
You go deeper and deeper down the wormhole. You're gonna find how to perfectly mix a record to make it sound just like a radio record, and then who's gonna stop you at that point? Nigga, I did the same shit with video editing. I've purchased these niggas packs on how do they do the transitions for $20, and now I can fucking edit a video, make it look just like theirs. Like, there's nothing stopping you anymore.
No.
So what Steve Sade is saying in terms of like, yeah, it's going to cripple the music industry. You goddamn right. And the music industry is fucking afraid because more and more people are learning this. But there's a small set of motherfuckers that they don't want to get this information out to, that are dumb and no one's telling them, and they're still using these record labels to get by, and they're being raped the whole fucking time.
And it, to me, it kind of makes sense now looking at the, I guess, the new generation that the labels are bringing in the sense of like Tatiana, what's his name? The Tatiana.
Oh, Blueface.
Blueface, like Blueface, and then I mean Yachty's a little like before Blueface, but like that, like like that type of rapper, because they don't know shit. They didn't. Not that they're not educated, but they didn't educate themselves on the business.
Or they're lazy and don't want to go the independent route and think that they just take the big money now, take the advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, they think that
because they think it's like it's easier. I mean, Blueface, you can clearly tell he's on he's in Shade Room all the time. He really just wanted the money.
Yeah, I mean that guy's like about the clout. Like I don't see any love of the art in that guy.
I might even say it.
Like everything is it's a money making opportunity. It's a business opportunity.
Say it. I think I prefer Rainbow Man. If he wasn't a snitch, I would prefer Rainbow Man over Blueface.
Yo, not for nothing, Rainbow Man is out here now. He's back out here in these streets taking videos.
Yeah, I saw.
I saw a video. I hate to bring him up, but I saw a video of him getting dragged in a wheelbarrow or like those old wagons by security while he's just sitting in it, laying in it, eating ice cream, and he's got like fucking retired cops all around him wearing masks. It's this guy's like something else. Then he's at the park, playing soccer with some kids and like old like Central American people.
It's almost like he's like.
He's campaigning to be president, looks like.
Yeah, but it's like he's teasing, like he's showing, like, hey, like I'm a good guy, but then also kind of teasing the people that really do want to come after him and kill him. Like,
I'm out here in New York with the people who don't care about the millions.
Yeah.
And he's playing goalie. These guys are shooting at him. He's playing goalie.
Whatever. But back to the industry shit.
We've been on this for a minute now. The industry shit.
Oh yeah, a little bit. But yeah, you know what? It's not even. Well, maybe we'll save the Drake. We'll get back to it whenever we feel like, because it wasn't like too Drakey. I thought it was gonna be more about Drake, but
no. If Drake does it, hey, good for him. I feel like he's still gonna make noise. Yeah. He's at a point now, like with Beyonce, like you don't have to do a rollout. You could easily say the night before I'm dropping an album in 5 hours. Everybody's gonna know.
Well, I seen it. Oh, we'll get into it. I seen a tweet that apparently the project is 90% done.
Oh,
Drake's album. Yeah.
So
do you think it's going to be? Remember, okay. So the question that you had said to me, like super randomly, and I was not prepared for it. What I had edited out was, do I think if that Drake is on a decline?
I did ask you that. Yes.
So that's what. I'm so mad I edited that out. I should have saved some of it. It was so good too.
His work would say so. I don't think he feels that way. Obviously. No. I think his work would suggest that yes, it's seeing a bit of a decline.
Lazy in a sense. Well, like not lazy, but comfortable.
Yes,
like he's still working.
Very comfortable. Because he made the obligatory TikTok record. I thought that was just the easy way out. And then you called your album.
I'm sure somebody was like, "Hey, this is the wave. You should probably do it."
Did it. And it's just like to him,
which is standard though, because
the fact that he did it was easy. I
the Kiki song.
That was easy too.
That was one
Same
of
shit.
those.
That was another one.
Yeah.
And he's just known for that. And then God's Plan. That wasn't a TikTok record, but it was a TikTok viral background music.
It was a viral. Yeah, it was.
Like you would
it
see
was.
that everywhere.
It was a viral moment.
The heartfelt
It was.
videos, you would see that song playing. Like it just made sense.
It was a viral moment. Yeah.
So he's known for that. Like we get the formula.
I just
now.
don't know. I didn't really like the last.
It was stagnant.
It was.
I think
It
the
really
past
was.
work has been stagnant because he's been known also, besides those viral moments,
Scorpio
he's been known
had
to,
Scorpion or Scorpio. That one
Scorpion.
wasn't that bad. Like
No,
they
that
were.
was
It was
his-
just so fucking long.
well, I think what took away from that, and I think
So
people
annoying.
forget, is that came around the same time that the Pusha beef was happening. So that took the fire away a little bit.
Yeah.
That-
Oh yeah.
That took a little of the fire away.
Yeah.
Then he had that whole, I wasn't hiding my kid from the world, I was hiding the world from my kid.
Yeah,
or
I mean,
whatever.
the project did have some good ones, but honestly, like when what was it? When I was chilling with for LB's birthday, I brought like me and Velvet. We got our tattoos,
Yeah.
and then we picked up Joy, and then like whatever. When we were chilling in the car, she was playing music, and I feel like this might have been that night or maybe another night, whatever. She's like, "Oh, Drake," okay, and then she put Jade, and I'm like, I really don't remember this song.
Drake and then Jade?
No, Drake, Jade, Jade, the song.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, I don't remember this song. But then it played. I was like, oh, okay, because there's so many fucking songs on that album. I know I knew what album it belonged to, but I'm like, not that they all sound the same, but their names are interchangeable to me because I don't know. Like, I'll hear, I'll be like, oh yeah, no, I know the song. I don't know the title because it just meshes all together. It's like, what the fuck am I listening to?
Well, we'll see what this next album does. I mean, I would hope that he comes back hungrier, ready to prove himself. He's in his 30s now. He feels like he's got to stay on top. He's already broken the Billboard record for most times at top 10.
When do you think he like hit his decline? There you
I
go.
think he hit his decline. Once he hit that More Life album, I felt like
Really?
yeah, because it's like the only song that really made any dent.
More
in
Life
there.
was good.
But it wasn't like
I would say sorry, Views, he dipped down.
Views was definitely a down point.
Views and then went back up for More Life, and then after More Life it went down.
More Life, the only thing I really liked on More Life, and I've heard a couple times, I probably would need to go back, but I only like that Passion Fruit.
Passion Fruit is good.
Because that reminded me of that summer where he had One Dance and
I
Controller.
yeah.
I think that was the last time Drake was really like Drake. Like, yo,
That was Views.
this nigga can't do no wrong.
Wait, Controller Views or More Life?
Controller and One Dance?
Oh, shit, I forgot. That's More Life?
That's not More Life.
No, it's Views.
Nah, is it still?
I believe.
Then,
But check.
then
I don't
totally
know.
like,
I'm getting them
if
mixed
that's
up.
the case, I'm
Because
fucking-
Passion Fruit is definitely More Life. More Life, I fucked with more. Out of recent, and that's not even recent, but out of like the later years
shit.
for Drake, what happened?
Yeah, no, Views had One Dance and
Oh, yeah, it was
and Controller. All right,
Those were the only, to me, like there were maybe 3-4 good songs off of Views, but to me, in Drake standards, it wasn't
I
up
didn't
there.
care for that album, and it had Hotline Bling on it too.
I was already off
But that
of
was like
it.
the last song on there.
I was off of it at that point. It was just like, I think an
There's
add-on.
not much on that album. That
I mean,
really
now if
care
I
about.
hear Hotline Bling, right?
Yeah.
If I hear it now, I'll be like, all right, I like it.
Keep the
but at
Family
that
Close,
point-
9, You With Me, Feel No Ways, Hype, Western Road Flows was good, Redemption, With You featuring Party Next
Redemption
Door,
was, I feel like it was pretty good. I think I
Faithful
like that one.
featuring Pimp C and Division,
Nah,
Still Here, Controller, One Dance,
Mm.
Grammys featuring Future, which that's like a guilty pleasure song for me. I always like that song. Child's Play, Pop Style, which I never really liked.
No.
Too Good featuring Rihanna, which is like the forgettable Rihanna joint that they had.
That was, oh my God, I forgot about that one.
But that's the forgettable one because the one
Yeah.
that I liked more was the one on Take Care.
No, wait, yes. Wait, yes. it
I'll
was
be
Take
there
Care.
for you, I think. Or I'll take care of you. Take care. Yeah, take
It
care.
was Take Care.
Take
yeah.
care. That was the fucking one. And then the other one they had not Work. What's the other fucking they had another joint collab.
They have a lot of songs together. Let me see.
It probably was Work. Yeah, Work. Like I thought that was
Son
better
of a
than this one.
bitch.
So
I'm still learning. how to
Fire and
type
Desire,
things. Alright.
Views and the Hotline Bling. So yeah, that
Yeah, Too Good. I didn't even. What's My Name? What's My Name and Take Care.
maybe What's My Name is the one.
Yeah, you're the. Take Care was. Let me see. Let me just see real quick. Hold on. God damn it. Son of a bitch. I can't. Whatever. But no, What's My Name and Take Care of the two that I like automatically go to when I think about Drake and Rihanna.
Yeah.
Work, it was good. And I loved Work. That shit was viral. It was like a party joint. Like, it was good. But when I'm thinking like classic Drake and Rihanna, those are the two songs.
Those are two
Too
songs.
good.
Too
I don't
good, I really
honestly.
didn't
I
care
can't
for
even
it.
think of the.
I don't remember.
I really.
I don't remember that
I
shit
really
at all.
don't know.
That's just me. I don't remember that shit at all. I'm trying to figure out right now, like lyrics wise, and I don't see it.
Whatever. But regardless,
we've been
and
stuck
then
on the Drake thing.
no, it's fine. But not we moved away from Steve's Out or onto Drake. But no, fucking More Life to me was like, okay, shit, I'm declining. Let me move back up. Okay, you know what? I really don't care. I'm gonna just chill, and then like slowly, like it's not like he made all his music after More Life was bad.
Right.
I just really like Chinola, so I really like More Life. Passion fruit is my shit.
Passion fruit is my shit.
The fruit and the song.
Passion fruit.
Well, actually, I'm not a fan of the fruit itself. I like the flavored drinks. I will take a chinola.
But the actual fruit, like you won't cut it open. And
I'm
eat
not
it.
a fan of margaritas, but if there's some chinola in there, girl,
There you go.
that's my shit.
There you go.
But after that, it's like, and then this
Yes.
fucking DJ Khaled shit, that shit was whack. I'm
That's
sorry.
The Grease and the pop
Both
star.
of them were fucking whack.
And that other freestyle.
Yeah.
He's talking in Arabic.
Like
wasn't feeling
what? So when did the Weekend Unavailable or Too Expensive? Like,
Yeah,
fuck
right.
out of here.
Weekend
Yeah.
late.
Whatever. But anyway, moving on.
And we're back. So during this break, Sade and I were just discussing off topic that we might have our own little versus battle in the future.
Yeah.
We just don't know what we'll do, but I'm for sure gonna be drunk in the video.
I'm sure
I think
will
that'll
be
happen.
too.
Yeah.
No, because we
Woo,
go.
fucking lit. Fucking
Yo,
love you guys.
You were outrageous that fucking night.
That's just my fake drunk voice. that
No, I
use.
know,
Your,
but it
your
was-
brother loved it, by the way. Your brother was laughing his ass off every time I did that voice.
He fuck-
Woo, fucking lit.
no, because my brother's the exact same person.
Oh, is he? Oh, I
That's
was
why.
wondering why he loved it so much, but he kept laughing so much. I kept doing it.
No, because that's he. You saw how he separated himself. He's very much like, I'm gonna lay in the background. I'm just observing.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Yeah, and then if he fucks with you, if he's like, okay, I kind of like this person, like, you know, then he's out like more. So I saw him like talking to
I felt like had the
Trip
night
and
been
shit.
longer, I probably would have been like that with them because we were already talking about him
Mhm.
going to Vegas and
Mhm.
shit. Well, great guy, by the way. I had to say,
Yeah.
not just because he's your brother, but
No,
I
he
got
is.
I got along with the guy.
He's all right.
Yeah. No, wishing him well out there.
Nah, he's killing it though.
Yeah.
He's loving it.
That's what's up. That's
He
what
was back from a job soon.
Because he's like, yo, I just want to keep it simple.
Him
I
and
don't wanna do
Juan
too
were like
much.
apartment shopping when he was here.
That's what's up.
That shit was funny.
All
All right. So,
All right, so where we at?
next up, so Tinashe had an interview. Tinashe.
Tinashe.
So she had an interview with, I don't fucking remember who. I don't think I wrote it down. Rolling Stone. I just talked.
Wow. Of all publications.
All right, sorry. I bit into the cherry and I feel like my teeth are red. So she was talking about how she wants to get rid of genres and says that they're kind of like the segregation of music based on race.
Right.
Which, this is not like a new topic. People have mentioned this before. Quote, by putting artists either in urban category or in R&B category or rap or hip hop, these really generally, Jesus Christ, Rolling Stone, please. These are really general umbrellas that we use to define different genres. It creates a huge sense of isolation for the creative when they're trying to experiment, especially for creatives that don't necessarily feel like they fall into one of the genres, which was my experience. And then she goes on to say, like, it doesn't get changing the name, like the urban shit to the R&B, whatever. It doesn't get rid of the problem of categorizing. Sorry, I can't talk. People and putting them into places where there's just less promotion, less mainstream fucking respect. It's deep.
Okay.
It does run deep though. It does.
Everything she said there is no lie. The only thing that bothers me with that is just the timing is terrible because this is something that was spoken about like weeks ago, especially when we talked about the whole recording industry, the RIAA, and the Grammys making changes to their categories.
Yeah.
Where it's no longer going to be urban.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the perfect time to talk about this.
I found this I found this on Hip Hop DX, but Hip Hop DX is pretty on it. I didn't get to see the actual article on Rolling Stone, but if they reported it just recently, that means that it followed immediately after Rolling Stone.
Okay,
But think about the time. She could have been talking about this at that same time, and it took forever to come out.
So it took forever. All right, so then the message is still clear. She makes a lot of sense. She makes great points.
No, it's absolutely correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the whole urban thing definitely gives you a sense of like what you think the music is gonna sound like at a certain point, which is wrong.
Yeah.
I think that's fucked up. It shouldn't be labeled like that.
No.
You know.
And then I've thought about this, and the reason why I chose to talk about this was I can't find my lava. I'm dying.
You jumped? Yeah, matter of fact, can I try lush ice?
I found it. All right, I'm not gonna even edit that out. All right, so the reason why I brought it up was because in the past you have talked about like when people like you don't know how to handle that when people say like, oh, you're real hip hop.
Yeah.
So I mean it's not like, I guess it's a genre because hip hop itself has so many subgenres and fucking subgenres of that too.
But the thing is with that, and I've told you before, what bothers me is that where people throw me in that subgenre unintentionally, they don't have a name for the genre that they do.
Yeah.
They don't have any name for it. Like, so if what I'm doing is real hip hop to you,
then what are you?
and you obviously don't do that yourself. You're going on stage and you're doing your own thing. What do you call that? Don't call it hip hop.
I don't think there's an actual name for it.
There's gotta be at this point. If you're gonna call my shit something,
and that's the shit is because say Apple Music, you are hip hop rap.
Yeah, but
so would they be? What?
Playlist wise, you'd see me in the bars section before you'd see me in
you would be like among the lyricists.
Right, and that's cool, I guess. But it's just like, all right, the more and more I do this shit, the more I realize I'm being pigeonholed in that category no matter what. No matter what music I put out to people, that's the bars guy. Yo, bars. Fire emojis. Like, and then y'all say the same shit bars about somebody else. Like, all right, and I hate to come off the Tinashe shit, but we might as well.
Yeah.
That Cypher video that I did a fucking year ago, I just reposted that.
Oh, yeah, I remember,
the other week just because, and I put down in the caption, just in case you need a reminder. Now that Cypher, if you've heard it, I'm rapping a lot faster than you've heard me in kick and snare. I'm just rapping. Like there is no lyrical content. There's maybe
I haven't heard that in a while from you. Yeah.
There's maybe one or two punchlines in there. Nothing crazy, but people gravitated toward that so quick, and a lot of people that didn't know about me the past year saw it and was like, "Yo, you're fucking fire." Yeah. And in my head, it annoyed me a little bit because I'm like, this is not even me at like 60% of me trying to write some dope shit to impress you motherfuckers. Yeah. Like, I'm strictly going off the flow. This is just what every other nigga today is doing, and I just showed you that I can do it.
Not really.
And not what?
Not really. What you did on that cipher?
Yeah.
What everybody else is doing? It's not. I wouldn't say what everybody. I think majority of people are doing that vibe shit that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
But even the lyricists out there are doing that. Are like testing the waters, you know,
and
checking out vibe. Right. Yeah, and then even when Ishk was on, we talked about that too. So, Ishk.
To me, it seemed like.
Yeah, sorry, like I distracted myself.
No, it's all right. No, you made a good point though. It just to me, it seemed like at that moment I was just doing what everybody else has been doing online and what y'all have been praising. Yeah. So I did it. I got the same praise, but I'm like, yo, I'm not even trying right now.
No, but it's that. Oh, now I remember what I was gonna say. It's because how fast you were going.
And that's what people are impressed with. So they don't even care about what I'm saying. They just care that I did it fast.
Because even I forgot if it was Twista. I feel like it was Twista, or it could have been. I forgot. But like that hit, like he himself will be able to say things while spitting so fast. Yeah. But there have been times where like I'll look up the lyrics just because it's Twista, and I'm like, what the fuck is he saying? And he's not saying much.
He's not saying shit. And
he's not a punchline.
And I'll be the first one to tell you, like, I wasn't really saying shit. And when you're given that type of beat with those types of flows, you really don't give yourself much room to say anything thought-provoking. Like, your similes and your punchlines are very, very...
limited.
Very limited, very basic. You're hot like this. I'm like this. I'm like this. And you have to, like...
Well, it's because... compress it. The reason why you're, like, feeling the angst of it is because... you put so much thought into diction, into similes, into wordplay, into all of that shit, and having imagery in your bars. And that's why you feel some type of way, because you're like, the fuck, like, this is nothing. Yeah. Like, that was just me going with the beat. when not a lot of people can do that. And I think that's why it's like, oh shit, and yeah. That's how I see it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I think it's just, it gets so annoying after a while because it's like you keep hearing the same thing from people. Like, yo, you on that wave. I'm like, all right, then what are you doing? So what are you
You're
doing?
Such a Virgo. Sorry.
I know. I think that's really a Virgo trait because it's like I'm turning your praise into like criticism for no reason at all. I'm taking like disrespect.
I think because you guys are always trying to like not pick a fight, but like always looking for something to work on. Yeah. So you always feel like anything anybody says is going to be a critique just so you can be like, okay, you know what? Then that means I have to change because if everybody's saying this, then I don't like this and I got to change. I got to do something else.
Oh, you just got me perfectly. Yep, you know me. Because I'm never satisfied.
I wish I had a sound
I'm never satisfied.
Do I have a sound effect for that? No, I don't.
No, I'm never, ever fucking satisfied. People hear me drop some amazing shit, and I don't even think about it. I'm like, oh yeah, this was just in my phone. Mm-hmm. And people are like, it was just in your phone, and they give me a reaction. I'm just like, you thought that was good?
Well, we were at the greenhouse, and this is just in my phone. Like, that just felt like not Hollywood, but Hollywood, like a little bit.
And it really is just me just being like, okay, this is my phone. Yeah. Because I'm not expecting you guys to give me a whole, like, whoa type of reaction. So I'm not going to give you a reaction like, yeah, that was great, wasn't it? Like, I'm not going to do that.
No. I mean, it's good to be humble.
I'm very nonchalant. I've always been humble. But then recently, like, after I dropped Kick and Snare, became more of an asshole. Mm-hmm. But I was like embracing who I really am. Like, yo, I'm very outspoken. I like to speak my mind. I don't like to stay humble. I do it because I feel like it's the right thing to do. But I also feel like, all right, I would get a lot more noticed.
You come out the gate. I forgot I had this sound.
This is Sparta!
I do.
You really
do.
Come out
I
the
forgot
gate. I had
but
that.
I feel like I have to. And I was talking to a friend about this. Like,
Team
hide
deathmatch.
my true self.
Sorry.
What was that?
Team deathmatch.
Oh, I feel
I got like random ones. I'm like, you know what? Just in case. Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
I was talking to a friend about this, and they pointed out, it's like, yeah, you know what? Like, you have to stop this whole thing. Like, you hold back a lot. And I'm like, yeah, because there was a time where I thought like being humble and being quiet was the right way to go about things. But I also felt like in doing so, people got a misconception about me. Yeah. And it kind of hurt me more than it helped me
it kind of did. I mean, I can see, not saying it hurt you, but I can see where that person was coming from, because if you think about it, you also have the grimace going on, and then if you're quiet, then that it's like, okay, but then, or like you go full beast mode and then you go back to the audience and you're super quiet.
And that can be taken as arrogance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I see that now more than ever.
Like a fake humble.
So I'm just like going to be the humble guy, but I'm also going to show love to everybody and be social.
Yeah, which I think works way better for you.
Yeah, because people enjoy that. People like when I'm social and I'm happy. And,
I told you I was timid to go up to you. I mean, I did.
Right.
But,
now, if I would have just been my regular self like I've been since January, you would have not had a problem coming up to me.
No.
And we
I'm also
talked.
chicken shit though.
Nah, but you would have.
I was nervous to go to Cape Poetic, and Cape Poetic is like a fucking, and Olive are teddy bears.
Right, but at the same time, but they were also humble too that night. I remember, they kept to themselves.
No, they kept to themselves too. But I think that's what I'm saying. Like in perspective, like I'm also just a chicken shit.
And that night, okay, fine, fair enough. But that night also, like as much as I was still humble and chill, I was also with Obi. So Obi was my comfort zone, and I was laughing and joking with him. So whenever I wasn't serious, I was talking to him and laughing. So you could still see me in a playful mood. But
I think now maybe Velvet caught that, because Velvet was like, "Look, hey, it's not so bad. Just go."
Yeah, because I wasn't like I was mad, but I was definitely scoping the area out because it was a competition. So I was like in like fucking like hungry mode at the same time too.
Yeah,
so
I mean
focused.
That comes with when you're like a rapper.
Had it been an open mic night though, I would have been a little.
No, competitions are different though.
Yeah, like I was
but
still
not everybody is bred from that like ilk.
Yeah. Because after I did mine, I was still out there looking at everybody else just because I'm like, all right, how's he doing? How's he doing? Yeah. Because that competition, it was just based on, all right, whatever I say at that moment, that is my grading. Anyone that comes after me or before me, like that's what there is. So that's what it's based on. So I had to see everybody because I had no other second chance to perform again that night. Yeah. So I was like scoped in the competition, and you came out of nowhere.
Oh yeah. I was like, hello.
Like, okay, who's this? All right.
No, but I mean, not. I mean, when it comes to like rappers themselves and that bravado, not everybody has it.
Yeah.
Especially like the younger kids coming into it. And I think maybe even if they see it and they try to emulate it, like that's why I think they get so timid with like people like you and Saint. And like even if we spoke to K and O about it, they would probably say the same shit. Yeah. Honestly. So you never know.
Sometimes it just comes to territory. Like I'm just a focused motherfucker when I'm on stage
Keys kind of like be mean munging it too, a little bit.
Yeah, we just get. Keys is also a Virgo, so I don't know. That could be the case too.
You're absolutely correct. So, it could be that.
Could just be a Virgo thing.
But no. What these guys are Leos though, no?
They are Leos, yeah. But then that's just the MC in you. Like
yeah, I think it just boils down. Like
MC.
Not even the rapper shit. I think it's like you're a true MC. And I think that when people say, "Oh, you're real hip hop," I think you should see it more as like an MC, because not everybody, you can rap, but not everybody's an MC.
Yeah, because they usually like say right afterwards, like, "Yeah, I've seen the way you control a crowd," and people always like to mention that to me.
Yeah, because an MC can do everything.
Yeah, because people like to say though that I'm like I can be mean with people that don't agree in the crowd, and that friend also mentioned that I should work on that as well. On your on like being less mean to people, like being more inviting, like with people that don't listen, like the way that I handle people not showing me respect.
Oh, if you're on stage and that's like you controlling the crowd,
I should be less aggressive to people that when they aren't listening, and that would help win people in my favor.
Yeah, because I don't necessarily think it's wrong to make a joke, but sometimes you do come across mean because you'll take like that.
Yeah, like instead of saying like, "Hey asshole, stop talking to that girl, you're just gonna end up going home and jacking off anyway." I should be like, "Hey, my man, I'm on stage right now. I got some dope shit if you want to check me out."
Yeah, something like that.
Like the approach could be so much better.
Yeah, and you can still make a joke out of it, and to get people like to laugh and be like, okay, or even get the other person to laugh and be like, all right, I'm listening now. But like that, because you're good with jokes. Yeah. So, and that's something that you've been even working on yourself. Yeah. So doing that, it's like it makes you more human. Right. To the crowd.
If I just go and humiliate that guy and then he ends up paying attention and he likes my shit, he'll still be so humiliated afterwards that he won't want to talk to me.
Even J. Cole said it. J. Cole's like, he listened to my music too.
Yeah, I lose a potential fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. And then I think the only people that would appreciate it, like our group of friends, because we're assholes.
Because they like it. And yeah, because we do hang out with a group of assholes.
Yeah,
so they appreciate that shit. This nigga's going in the background. They do appreciate it. So it's something I'm going to work on, just like trying to better myself, I think. So, yeah, good advice. All right, so that was the Tinashe shit, but we turned it into our shit, which is fine.
No, it's just fine. All right, we'll move on.
If you don't know. Is it time for the world famous segment?
You don't know, now you know, nigga.
Now you know, nigga. All right, so you got the wire for me? Okay, so first one goes by the name of Konscious, Lil Con, representing BringingTheReal.com. I did an interview with them this past year. If you saw it on IG, it was a rainy ass day, and I showed up to Motto's house. Shout out to Motto as well to do the interview, and I had to park so far away from their house, so I was drenched, soaked in the fucking rain. They handed me this rainbow colored towel. And I did the podcast with them, wearing that towel over my neck the whole fucking time.
Oh yeah.
It's funny. So I told them the story about how my apartment caught on fire, and they turned it into a whole joke afterwards.
That was amazing.
They laughed at my pain, but they're good dudes. So one of the guys we're bringing the real Konscious. You can find him at Konscious973. Spelled Konscious with a K. He just put out a brand new joint, Little Lucy. For the people on SoundCloud, it's less than 2 minutes long, but it's a little bop. It's called Back on Go. It's available exclusively on his SoundCloud, Konscious, KONSCIOUS. Again, the song is called Back on Go. I'm going to just play it right now. So it's 1:42, so we can start from the beginning. Turn it down a little bit. Yeah, I met Con about the same day I met Guess at that club in Elizabeth. And we had like a show going on. A little showcase that I won. And that's where I first met him. And I just remember me and him joking about random shit, and I was doing the Jim Jones impression. And that was funny as hell. And then we stayed in contact ever since. And I always like dude's energy, man. He's got his long hair flowing in the wind, and he's just going off, spitting super fast. Guy's just mad talented. He's recently been working with, I usually get the name wrong, SCL or SLC Productions. He's an engineer. Pardon me, kind of, I got the name wrong. I know I said one of those right, so it's one of those. But dude's just been killing it, man. He's been making his own videos as well. He's a hell of a producer. He made a video earlier this year where he photoshopped himself into Mortal Kombat background. That shit was funny as hell. I gotta show you that video. That was dope.
I'm trying to think if I've seen that.
You probably have, yeah.
I've probably seen it.
Nah, but dude is dope all around, man. So the song is called Back On Go. It's from Konscious, Lil Con, and definitely had fun during his interview, man. So,
I just spit crack on lack on hold back raps. I don't care if the trash go gold. Yeah, back on go. Yeah, I'm back on go. Yeah, back on go. Yeah, I'm back on go.
all right, so that was Back On Go from Lil Con, Konscious 973 on Instagram. You can check it out. It's available exclusively on his SoundCloud. My second, if you don't know, comes from a rapper that I met 2 years ago at the World Underground competition in New York. That bullshit of a fucking show. I'm still going to say that every day of my fucking life because it was a complete waste of fucking time. I mean, I met a lot of great rappers, but at the same time, that shit was not, that shit was called World Underground when it was supposed to be Team Backpack, but it wasn't. Everybody that was there was fucking lied to. It was a disheartening experience, to say at least.
Was that the one you had shared, like early episodes, like when we were recording at the VFW?
I went thinking it was Team Backpack. I had grown a lot of love for Team Backpack and everything they were doing.
Yeah.
The competition had, I missed it the year before when Ren Thomas, Marlon Craft, and another rapper had won, and I'm like, all right, this is where I want to be. These dudes are in the same position that I want to be in. This is where I got to go and prove myself.
Yeah.
And long story short, it was not Team Backpack. It was changed to World Underground. The vetting process was bullshit. I get there. I made it to the top 16, but there was so much politics in that fucking building and so much bullshit that I was turned off. And the winner of the shit was bullshit. The way it ended was bullshit. I'm not going to give those details out because you guys wouldn't believe me if I fucking told you.
Yeah.
But it was bullshit. But like I said before, I ended up meeting a lot of great people. One of these people was a fellow rapper, MC artist out of the New York area named Matt Saxon, Maverick Matt Saxon. You can find him online. His IG, Matt Rivera TLC. The TLC comes from the fact that he used to be a wrestler, professional wrestler, and he was more famously, he was featured on the show Extreme Cheapskates.
Oh shit!
So his shit was the cheapest wrestler in the world. So he was trying to become a professional wrestler, and they just followed him on how he went about his everyday life and how cheap he was. Like one of the standouts was he didn't tie his boots up when he went to his tryout. He used tape. His mom shaved his head. Yeah. He had like cheap protein shakes where he would put the whole egg in the shell as well. Like this is all done on there, and it's all on there as well. And like recently, that show was playing in the UK, and that episode came out, and he blew up all over again. And he started getting mad love on YouTube, getting fucking follows up, subscribers, and he just reset his shit up. But he put out a song in the meantime called MC versus Rapper. I wanted to get into that. I forget who did the video. I don't know. Pardon me, but I'm going to play the audio from that song, MC versus Rapper from Maverick Matt Saxon.
Yo, my appetite's insatiable. You and I not relatable. Married bum Russian buffets. I've eaten all the table food. I'm the hungry 8 for 5 rappers. Snatched up all their plates and I ate for 5 rappers. See, I grinded in my 20s and taking some time after to relax. Refocus and grow. Get to know my soul. Lyrically reload, develop flow. Rhyme patterns exposing a war path to the battle zone. Let's go. Mask on. Somebody stop me. Bray Wyatt with the fireflies. Rocky with the tiger's eye. Pharaoh catch these hands. While they lying Carol bask in my glory. Limitless boss, all you can drink. MC or a rapper? What is the difference and why does it matter? MC versus rapper. Add up all the factors, what's the difference? Just ain't got no skills,
That's my man Matt Saxon, Maverick Matt Saxon, former pro wrestler, now a rapper. Also, I'd be remiss in saying he also runs the Battle Zone bars. It was
Oh shit!
Cypher
Really? That's the
Circ-
same guy?
The same
Oh,
guy,
nice.
yes. So that's where I had joined in. He stayed in touch with me since the World Underground. He told me about Cypher League that he was starting. A couple rappers in the area, around New York and New Jersey. What am I doing? Oh, sorry,
Need the
passing
wire. There you
go. Where he started Battle Zone bars.
Yeah.
I entered in the first one. I was lucky enough to win it. Shout out to Hova Beats. Shout out to Jericho who did the filming. Hova Beats produced, and Matt joined in as well. It was a nice event. I believe it was somewhere in New York where I went. Manny was in there with me. I did that video, which was the video that I was just talking about before with that cipher. Killed that shit. Took it. I did another one afterwards. And ever since then, they've done maybe like 4 or 5 more of those. And I've remained in the top 3 because they did a ranking system.
That's so dope.
So I'm still in the top 3
Oh,
of those.
yeah, that's right. I remember, yeah.
I have not gone back. I might go back in the future depending on how everything sounds. But much love to Matt. Much love to Hova Beats. Much love to Jericho, who had a child early this year. Or late 2019. I forget when exactly. But they're doing their fucking thing out there, man. Matt's been still making music, putting out his own videos, at the same time dealing with the Battle Zone bars and all the stress that brings on. So he's a hard worker out here, man. So
That's
much love to
fire,
him.
yeah.
He got married in the past year, so dope for him.
Damn.
He's living his life, doing his fucking thing. So yeah, man, nothing but love for Maverick, Matt Saxon. We tried to film a video also early in the year. That didn't work out. Because when I won the contest, I was able to film that video in the wrestling ring. Shit didn't work out. It didn't go how he wanted to, but he was able to release his project. So that is available on all streaming platforms. The Battle Zone Bars mixtape, which includes my 2 Cypher entries, also includes a song that I did with Matt at his studio, Pop-Up Studios, which is located in New York where he lives. So any rappers that are looking for studio time that are nearby the New York area, definitely hit Matt up. He can get you great prices, a dope-ass experience, and definitely look to Hova Beats as well if you're looking for beats. That dude's been working. His beats have been included on the Grind Mode Cyphers as well.
Yeah.
So the motherfuckers is working, man. You can't be mad at these dudes. They got love for the craft. They got love for the MCs, so they always are good in my book. So, again, shout out to Maverick, Matt Saxon. Shout out to Hova Beats. Shout out to everybody involved in Battle Zone Bars, all the MCs that I've collaborated with and met off of there. Y'all are all fucking dope. That's my If You Don't Know. Sorry I went over. Yeah.
You're good.
Cool.
All right, so for my sorry, I'm not gonna even.
If y'all knew how much I fucked that up just now, we had to cut in. We had to edit that. Shout out to Danny.
Anytime, but like I know, like we have to come back in. I always laugh, like whatever. Anyway, so because when I try to make the punch-ins like just seamless,
It's so bad. I know.
no, I can't help
I'm
it.
not helping.
No, you're fine. So the first. I forgot what I was saying. Oh,
First
for
entry.
if you don't know. So my first If You Don't Know, I actually got on Danny Ray's new show, Fresh Start on the Corner with Sharif. They have like a segment where Danny just puts out like indie music, right? Like
Danny
top 10.
Ray's, selection.
Yeah, Danny Ray's selection. And I've heard her talk. I don't think I've ever seen him perform. I think I maybe have seen him on the Insta Live shows that she was doing, the live shit. Huh?
Where he's been mentioned or he performed?
I feel like he might have done a performance. I'm not sure. His voice sounds familiar. My first entry for fuck is that? I fucked that one again.
If you don't know.
For If You Don't Know. I fucking hate you. No. I fucking hate you. I have to edit my shit so much because I asked you this off air just to make sure, just to confirm, because I always get people's names wrong. And you know what? You announce it because I don't even want to anymore.
So it's going to be Shaolin Prince. The song is called Tragic. It was heard on Danny Ray's Fresh Start on the Corner show.
You don't have to say all that because I was going to keep the edited.
Cool.
So
all
it's
right.
fine. All right. Because you're making fun of me, but I was
Shaolin
right all
Prince,
the
Tragic.
time. All right.
Now I live for my passion. Y'all just getting a portion. Hey, we gon' need a hero who thankless. How come that seems so foreign? Revolutions awaiting. Best to take some precautions. took a bit of distance just to see we need each other. Our line is always open if you ever need a brother. Come pull up a seat, that's if you ever needing supper. I hate to see you starving, I'm related to the hunger. And for the ones who want a bullet, I always keep a plunger. A product of the system that's designed to keep us under. See, I'ma be the one to change the narrative. Used to be blind, now the vision like Claritin. Y'all embarrassing, sick of y'all arrogance.
Now, as
Living
soon
in the
as she
same,
played
why
this,
make the comparison?
remember
I'm
what
about
number.
action,
I just know I was taking
not
hella
just chattering.
screenshots.
Invite you to
I was
come
just
meet
like,
a couple
ooh,
demons.
I got one. Then that's when I put in the
Hey,
comments.
all
I was
our
like,
lives
you
has
know,
been
like,
tragic.
if you're gonna be
World
tuning
full
in
of
more than
lies
I
that tell
am,
you
you
don't
better I don't
panic.
hear
Just got
nothing
fired and
about
told to stay
me.
planning. Left here to start, but keep it organic. All our lives has been tragic. This ain't safe, it's disastrous. They've been plotting they tactics, so we'll take what's ours without asking. Leaving impressed when I hit the target and aim for the head. I was brought up from the grain, so how could you think I ain't making the
Yeah,
bread?
listen to
Find me a
shit.
girl looking fine, who like to be soaked and wanna get wet. Come through and talk to
Alright,
me
that was my
nice.
first. If you don't know, I don't follow him on Instagram. I said Instaman. Jesus Christ.
Instaman.
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 I don't follow him. I gotta find his shit, and then, well, I mean, he'll be tagged and everything. So my next, if you don't know, Jamal Gray. He was actually, I met him through Velvet. They were going to the same vocal classes.
Okay.
What was it? The Voice Box, I believe. Yeah. And then I didn't obviously go to the class, but they, like, through events and shit, this open mic that one of the other students had in Brooklyn, I met them there. His voice is fucking magical. Honestly, this song, thank you for sending me his profile. This song, I like the song, but it doesn't show, like, Jamal's, like, full voice. It's insane. It's called Pillow. Start playing it now.
Sound of it, I know you go through pain when I go in and take you out of it. Baby, it's too late, girl, that's nonsense. I know you in my life when you need me, and girl, I'm proud of it. Arch back like a pro, girl, you always want some more.
God.
Can I be your addiction?
But then
Let me say
I'm trying to think
this.
he did this one
I'm putting your
cover
eyes,
that was
look
just,
me in my
not
eyes.
that it was like a sexy song, but it was just the fact that, like, holy shit, just the, I gotta show you a video.
I love that R&B. Like they give you 2 quick bars of like, hey baby, calm down. I had a long day. Then the third one was like, arch your back.
No, but like, I'm just gonna, I have to, just because I have to, because this guy's fucking just, I've been waiting, because he put out another song. Let me see if this one, let me see. That's him. That's him. And that's at the Brooklyn show.
He's definitely
Cafe
getting some
Open
people
Mic.
hyped out of the seats.
Oh my God. I forgot where he was from. I think he might have been from Long Island. But I was trying to get him to come out to the show. And he was good. But he, like, even for him to get to New York to do, like, Brooklyn was a bitch. And him to get to New York to do the fucking classes was a bitch. So then I was just like, you know what? No pressure. I was like, if I can, it was like, whenever I get to see you live here, I will take it. You don't have to come to the show. But his voice is, and that was just a little bit.
It just goes to show you, like, once you're able to relocate or do the show in a special venue, like, we're gonna have a whole crazy amount of artists.
I just thought when I get to Philly, there's more singers, cause
I would love to hear more singers
tired.
too, because
Oh,
the
yeah.
rappers is great and all, but it's like you like to hear a little bit of a
because
mix.
we're right outside New York, so we do get. I don't know what it is. I mean, New York is filled with singers.
That's the thing, and I think
And
they
they usually
don't have a good
all
enough spot to go to. I think that's what it is too.
Yeah.
It's not as prominent as like hip hop open mics. Like there should be a lot more R&B open mics.
Yeah, because the
really
one in
should be.
Brooklyn is mainly it's catered to singers because it's a singer who does it. The rappers will go up and because they have a live band, he doesn't play any music.
Yeah.
You go up, you get 2 minutes. He's strict on like he'll go over a little bit. Like he talks his shit. He's like, "Oh, if it's 2 minutes, I'm grabbing the mic." Like that's what he says in his intro. But he had the show I think either a year or 2 years before I started my show. Cool as shit, and he has the band, and sometimes they'll play for the poets, but they're mainly there for like it's a singer show, and it's so fucking amazing.
What's his name again?
Huh?
His name again?
Oh no, this guy. If you don't know, that was Jamal Gray. Song Pillow, and he also has another track out. Go check him out.
Jamal Gray.
Can't Wait. Can't Wait came out last year, and then Pillow is the one I just played. So yeah. Nice. Before we do closing, because I'm kind of interested, real quick, what was your Logic shit?
So my whole thing with the Logic thing is like, I get that he wants to take off and he wants to raise his family and everything. I just feel like it's a cop out of like, all right, I think you're just not making dope music anymore. And you're taking the easy way out to just, you got your money, you just want to live your life, but like you don't want to admit the fact that you just don't have it anymore. And you were mentioning how you appreciate his old albums, which I do too. And we both agreed that we liked Under Pressure.
Yeah.
The album. Now, my theory with that is I think that came out at a time because it came out after Good Kid, Mad City, and there's a lot of beats on there
it was 2014.
that sound like Good Kid, Mad
No
City
ID.
type shit. Yeah, and a lot of the songs that he made were like kind of Kendrick.
Under Pressure was my shit. Like that was my introduction to him. That was his first actual album. I didn't hear any of the tapes before that.
And that to me felt like Kendrick light. That felt like Good Kid, Mad City light.
Yeah.
He was copying a lot of the formula. Like there was a song on there that definitely sounds like he copied Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. And just a lot of it on there just sounds like,
you know
all right,
what?
you're just trying to follow a
Nicki,
formula.
Nicki was my shit. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah.
Now I'm like remembering. Okay, I'm
like
trying to think.
Like you were following a formula and you were like the white kid's Kendrick. Even though you were biracial.
In a sense,
even
yeah.
though you were biracial, you still like, you didn't have that.
My only thing was
you didn't have that Kendrick appeal.
What grew old to me was the half white, half black. Because even J. Cole, after a while, stopped saying it.
That gimmick was trash.
I just didn't. Because J. Cole did talk about it. Like, I think it's okay if you want to talk about it. That is your life. And if you're one of those rappers who raps about your life and real shit, that's fine. But every time, and
it's like with someone like J. Cole, and I hate to sound, I don't know, somewhat feature biased. With J. Cole, him being half black, half white, I believe it. I believe it. But with Logic, it's hard to believe. Even though that, yes, some biracial kids end up looking completely white and not one bit black.
Like J. Cole doesn't look
J.
like
Cole doesn't look one bit white at all. But I believe it if you tell me.
Neither.
I believe it if you tell me he's half black, half white. Sure. With Logic, you kind of can't believe it because he doesn't look like the, and I hate to say this, stereotypical
it's weird.
Biracial kid.
It's weird though. He does look like his father.
He does, but he doesn't look anything like, he doesn't look not black at all.
No, but it was like weird because this one song he's talking about like he's naming his cousins and it's like the blackest names ever, like ghetto names.
Yeah, and I don't even know what his real name is. I think his name
names.
is Bobby.
Huh?
His real name is Bobby?
Robert,
yeah. All right, so it's like,
because he went with the Bobby Tarantino because he has the eyes.
So it's like, all right, like, bro, I mean, I get it. Yeah, you're biracial. You have a black parent, white parent. But I just don't see it. And it's like maybe that's why he felt the need to talk about it so much.
Yeah, because honestly, because I stopped. Let me see.
And I hate to say that.
No, it's fine. Sad. Everybody, damn, I stopped listening to him in about 2017. I liked Bobby Tarantino too, but everybody I think was that for me. And then after that, I was just like, meh.
His early mixtape shit, you would like it. You said you didn't listen to it. You would like it.
No. I'm saying at that time because I saw Under Pressure on Two Dope Boys. And then it was a new release. Yeah, I didn't even realize it was 2014.
And that was a great album. It really is a great album.
It was a new release then. I was like, holy shit, who the fuck is he? Checked out all his mixtapes, got them all from Dat Piff.
Yeah.
And
he killed those
I was
mixtapes.
Hooked. I was definitely hooked in.
He rapped his ass off.
Yeah, no, for sure. Everybody, I think, and even like the Incredible True Story, I like the concepts of it. And like in time he always had like the conceptual kind of albums and
Yeah,
projects.
I appreciated that.
But like he did like grow over time, but then somehow you can tell he just
The
didn't.
content died off.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to say that Joyner kind of influenced my decision, but when I heard him on that Sriracha track with Joyner and with Tech Nine, like Logic's verse was fucking whack.
Yeah, I don't know if it's either he just didn't care or he just didn't have it.
Even in the verse, he
because
sounded like
he's
he didn't
been
care.
able to do it.
He sounded like he mailed it in. But when you're put in the same vicinity as those MCs and you have to like produce a verse,
Yeah.
that's gonna be tough. Because Joyner was already on a hot streak.
Yeah. Because
Tech Nine's a fucking legend. So it's like as Logic, like even before, if I just see it on paper, I already know. All right, Joyner's gonna give you some shit. Tech's gonna give you some shit. What's Logic gonna fucking do with these guys?
I'm trying to think. Was it? I feel like it was The Incredible True Story, which came out in 2015. He was already talking about retiring.
He was, but you never know how to do it.
But it was like it was. Oh no! Like
a long-term
it was a
plan
whole
shit.
story. He kind of like did the
like I'm gonna do
tribe shit.
I'm gonna tell my
with
story in
thing.
these number of albums and then I'm done.
Yeah, it's saying like no,
that's what he
yeah,
said.
you know, right before the last one.
Yeah, like
so
he said that
everybody was supposed to be the last one in 2017, and then he came out with like 4 more,
Man,
5
niggas
more.
did
I
that.
mean.
Man, I remember when Lupe was talking about that shit. Like
Lupe,
I remember listening
and he
to the
just
Cool.
dropped something. I didn't even notice. Guest told me, and I still haven't heard it. I gotta find
I
it.
heard it. Yeah, you gotta check about dinosaurs.
Guess if you're
That shit's
listening,
on-
can
on
you
some
send
other
it to me?
shit.
Because I'm sure I'm gonna
There's
forget.
our mention of guests.
Yeah.
So, which we've been doing a lot better. We have
been.
pretty much go without mentioning them a lot, and then we just randomly bring them up.
We did bring it up last week, but
Yeah,
Ace
you know
was
what I
here,
mean.
whatever.
It hasn't been the first 5 minutes anymore.
No, I mean like those two are my standout for albums. Oh, 3 Under Pressure. I liked No Pressure, but when I started, I did the full listen, then I did like half a second listen, and then I started realizing like, oh, the content. But I didn't hear anything since Everybody. Bobby Tarantino, I think I heard a little bit the second one. I heard a little bit, didn't really get into it.
I didn't like Everybody. I hated that.
I liked it.
I hate it. And then the
Not
Suicide
not
Hotline
not
record,
completely. I didn't like the whole project. I'm sorry. I'll take that back.
The Suicide Hotline record was whack to me.
No, I didn't
I
like
appreciated
that
the
one.
message behind it, but I just thought as a record, I thought it was whack.
I just realized. I'll tell you off air. It's fun. No, nothing. Oh shit, there's a documentary. I liked it. I liked it for the most part, and the concept, because it's this whole like Adam and God thing, and the whole thing with the egg. I mean, that everybody comes from, like, you know, everybody shares a soul kind of thing. It's just one person.
Yeah.
Like, I like that part of it, and then using that old story to kind of, you know, but yeah, there were some tracks like the Suicide one. I mean, it was a good thing. And it's funny, it's the only song here that has a star next to it on Apple.
That's what I'm saying, yo.
And then
that got pushed like a motherfucker down everybody's throat.
His I'm
really
black.
did.
Then that was when Joe was like, I'm black. I'm like, okay, we get it. Like,
But yeah, it's like,
that was when Joe first started attacking. He
and that
like,
song
I'm
was
over
like,
it.
that's like, all right, we're gonna have this song at all the fucking award shows. It's gonna
I just
be a
didn't
big
understand
production.
why he had to prove himself so much. That was the only thing, and I think that's why I stopped listening, because I like Logic as an artist, but it's like it got old real fast. Like, why do you feel the need to constantly prove yourself?
I think it's a big issue that a lot of artists go through.
Because I myself am Spanish, which, like, you know, that's everything into one person, and I'm not that Spanish though.
Yeah, same here.
I'm not like a
We talked about
stereotypical,
that
and I
before.
don't try to prove myself when I'm
Word.
around Spanish people. Like, me around Dominicans, don't even get me fucking started.
Yeah, I'm the most American out of my Colombian friends.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Oh no, I'm not Dominican enough for you. Like, to them, I'm just the body.
I'm
Like,
not Colombian enough. Then to other people, I'm not this enough. I'm not that enough. I've been living through that my whole life.
Yeah. So like that's the thing. It's like, I get it, but why do you have to prove it so much? Like,
It might be just an
chill.
insecurity, or maybe
could
his
be.
label said like, "Hey, you should push this." Or you
no,
never
I
know.
think it's an insecurity, but it's just like, how does nobody say anything about it? And it's
If
been
his people ain't saying it because his fans must not care, and he's got a big enough support system that he could just say whatever and they'll fucking buy it.
Yeah.
I
So
think it's down to that
fucking.
point.
But regardless, I mean, No ID did his fucking thing on No Pressure.
Yeah, at least production was solid.
I think that's what sold me on it, honestly, was the production.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
We can wrap it.
That was
oh
my
no,
take on that.
That was it, right?
No, that was my take on that. I just thought that album sounded a lot like Good Kid, Mad City.
The album itself.
The album
now I gotta
itself
hear back.
Yeah, you could hear it because it came out after Good Kid, Mad City, and I feel like he was chasing that sound. A lot of the songs in there sound like. There's a song in there that definitely sounds like "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe."
I think I know which one you're talking about because I probably had the same thought because I'm thinking I'm like this kind of sounds like Kendrick. Yeah,
it really does. It's like the vibe he took with it. It was like the song format was kind of the same. The beat was similar.
Yeah, but to me, people will ride a wave.
Yeah,
that's how there's so many vibe people because one hit it off, which I don't remember who, and everybody.
And at the time, I was like, "Oh, this is like a white Kendrick." That's how I saw it because I didn't even know he was biracial until I listened to more of the album. I was like, "Oh, he's half black. All right."
That's cool. And then you heard it like in every other.
But he wasn't out here saying nigga the whole time. He wasn't talking about doing gangbangings. But he was from a Maryland area where the crime was happening around him. His mom was a druggie or whatever, and he was disrespected as a child. Blah blah blah.
Nicki is my shit though. I love that. But I'm also a cigarette smoker.
So he's got songs on there. So that's why it was such a fucking great album. So yeah, but that was it. That was my thing. I'm good though. Yeah, fuck it up. And with the shits. So you can find us at the Lyrical Fix Pod on IG. Make sure to check us out on Anchor, Audio Mac, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Make sure to catch the full episodes, the If You Don't Know segments, and the clips on YouTube as well. Make sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe. Give us the 5-star ratings. Keep us hot out in these podcast streets. You already know what it is. We'll be back next week with more coverage of the Rick Ross and 2 Chainz versus battle that went down as we were recording this.
That shit looked whack.
But I'm sure there will be some memes. Apparently, Ross brought out Chipotle. There were strippers dancing
with face on.
With Corona masks on.
I don't know if I want to watch it. We saw a little bit of it during our half-ass pre-production.
I think these dudes were trying too hard to be cool.
It was just too much.
It just looked like it.
I didn't like it.
Definitely not going to be one of the higher rated.
No, they had like under 200K.
At one point, we saw it had under 200K.
Yeah.
Which is like if you're going by numbers, Fab and Jada were close to 500K. Snoop and DMX definitely had 590.
It's been average. It's been 500-600.
I think maybe it was the day.
No.
The fact that it was on
other
Thursday.
One, it was like a Monday, I think. No.
Monday and Wednesdays do better.
Yeah.
Trust me,
I think because they switched up their day. I don't know.
It's the day after the weekend. But I look back, since late July, they had it publicized that it was going to be on Thursday. So we just didn't pay attention to the date.
All right.
It's been that. I was
and
like,
shit. We talked
shit.
about it last week. That's funny.
Like, nah, they moved it because of the storm.
When they announced it, I looked at it. I'm like, meh, I'm not really that excited. And I love I don't love 2 Chainz, but I like 2 Chainz. I like Rick Ross. It's just I didn't see how they matched up, and that was about it.
You had a great guy who hit the billboards against a great feature artist. That's how I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was about it.
But that's it. I mean, you got any other thoughts? I did the closing book.
No. I'm good.
All right. So as always, people, you know what it is. It's the Lyrical Fix Pod. It's your host, Kid Pro.
And Sade.
Reminding you to stay safe out here in these streets. Wash your hands, wash your face, wash your ass, wear a mask, and be nice to each other and care for each other and all that good stuff.
Peace.
Peace.